there in the corner with fourth down was right. But do you think Gruden misplayed it? Would he know it?
Well,
he would have to know.
Well, you know, at the end of that play, they had time to walk over to the sideline and talk. Rich Gannon walked over to the sideline to talk to John Gruden. So if he was to call that play, I'm assuming that one of them would have made the other aware of the fact that it was fourth down. So there's a possibility that John Gruden didn't know. But I know that
of the National Football League from CBS Sports, home of Super Bowl 35.
With the postseason coming at the end of the month, every game is so crucial, and we have one here at the Meadowlands this afternoon. In the AFC East, the Indianapolis Colts and the New York Jets. The Colts riding the strong right arm of Peyton Manning, hoping to get back on the winning track. Vinny Testaverde leads the Jets. We'll have the opening kickoff right after this.
You heard about Benny the Bison?
No, what?
He never checked out the risk and overall performance of those mutual funds he bought.
Well, Benny's no brain surgeon, right?
When we created a smarter kind of investment firm, we created a smarter kind of investor with tools like the Schwab Select List, which highlights historically high-performing mutual funds. Visit schwabwelcome.com to order a free copy of the Select List.
You don't do your homework, you end up looking ridiculous.
Shannonshire, please, has always talking trash.
You're paying, baby!
He's always trying to get inside your head.
Seahorn, you don't know your elbows from your...
And sometimes, he can get downright nasty.
I bet you pay transaction fees on your mutual funds. Your mama pays full commission. You know how to calculate a P/E ratio?
Want to learn about smarter investing?
How diversified is your portfolio? You can't even spell Dow Jones.
Visit us at schwabwelcome.com, where every investor is welcome.
P/E ratio. You divide the stock price.
Back at the Meadowlands, you look at the playoff picture following the early action today. Miami a winner, as was Tennessee. Oakland a loser. 3 teams at 10-3 in the AFC, and the New York Jets and Indianapolis in a battle for one of those playoff spots. Jim Mora, the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts, his team riding the first 2-game losing streak in 2 seasons in Indianapolis. And Al Groh on the other side with a record of 4-2 at home as the head coach of the Jets. And we welcome those of you who've been watching the game between the Tennessee Titans and the Philadelphia Eagles. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Katayan. We are just underway at the Meadowlands. The Jets receiving the kickoff. This will be Dwight Stone from the 1. Cuts back, falls forward across the 20 to about the 21-yard line. A 19-yard return, and Billy Austin makes the tackle. Vinny Testaverde, 17 touchdowns, 18 picks, but you'd be hard-pressed to find a better performance than the one he turned in last week against Chicago. 20 of 34 for 215 yards and 2 touchdowns in very tough wind and rain here in the Meadowlands.
Today is a bright, sunny day in California compared to last week, Greg. And Vinny Testaverde told us on Friday, playing the Colts a couple weeks ago, he thinks he's really figured this defense out, and knows where to throw the football to get some big gains.
Curtis Martin flanked as a wide receiver. Testaverde pulls it down and then runs and falls forward to about the 24-yard line. He picked up 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7. I'll look at the Jets offense.
Let's look at their offensive line. They protect the quarterback very well. Right guard, Randy Thomas, a physical player for that Jets line.
What a duel of superb running backs we have on hand. Edgerrin James for the Colts, Curtis Martin in the Jets backfield with Richie Anderson, who is the Jets' leading receiver coming into this game today. 2nd and 7, and again, 4 wide receivers for Testaverde. Looks on the slant, Anthony Beck, the tight end, out to the 35-yard line, and that's enough for the first down. Jeff Burris making the stop. The Indianapolis defensive front, Bernard Holsey, Bernard Whittington in for Josh Williams injured, Ellis Johnson and Chad Bratsky.
When you look at the Colt linebackers, Mike Peterson, number 52. Last week he had 14 tackles.
And in the secondary, Jeff Burris and Tyrone Poole, the cornerbacks, Chad Cota, Jason Belzer, the safeties. Belzer in his 99th straight start, the longest streak on the team, and 5 wide receivers now for the Jets. That's what Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator, is looking at for the Colts. Quick drop, Testaverde over the middle, batted and incomplete.
Well, that's something different for the Indianapolis Colts. What they do, 5 wide receivers. Watch what Vinny Testaverde sees. He thinks he's got a blitz. Everybody's stepping up in there. Watch, they come back out. Testaverde almost throws the interception because he does not see Mike Peterson faking the blitz and then dropping back in the middle.
3 offensive plays for the Jets, 3 passes, 2nd and 10. Curtis Martin dancing the left side and gets very little, picks up a yard on the play. Bernard Whittington with the tackle.
I'm sorry, Greg, when you look at this Colts defense, you've heard it a lot, you've read it a lot, and we talked to Jim Moore last night. It was the topic of conversation. We need some turnovers. How are we going to get turnovers to help our football team and give our offense some short fields and chances to score points easily?
It has been the Mora mantra, not just the past week, but for a couple of games now. In fact, all season long. 3rd and 9. Testaverde, quick pass, caught by Quebec, out across the 45 to about the 47-yard line, and that'll be enough for a 1st down. And we welcome those of you who've been watching the game between the Oakland Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers coming out on top 21-20. Welcome to the Meadowlands.
Well, the Indianapolis Colts, they fake everybody up inside. This time, Vinny Testaverde not fooled. He goes, well, if you want to confuse me in between the hashes, he'll just go outside where he can find one-on-one coverage by the Colts defense.
1st down from the 47. The pitch for Martin. Cuts it back inside across midfield and into Indianapolis territory to the 48-yard line, and a gain of 4 on the play.
I think we had a chance to talk to the linebacker for the Indianapolis Colts, Mike Peterson. He says, when you play the Jets, what makes it so much fun and what makes it hard is that they show you one thing. If you think they're going to run right, well, just automatically just run and go left, because that's where they run. They like to make you think one thing, try to do the other. That's what the New York Jets offense is about, and that's why it has success.
Testaverde gives to Martin, and Martin is hit hard. Chad Bratsky throws him for a loss of 5 on the play to create a 3rd and 11.
Well, you can already see when you want to change the defense, you want to get turnovers, you want to create field position, the easiest way to do it is with your defensive line. Chad Bratsky not getting the sacks of late, but does a good job of getting into the backfield of the Jets and stopping Curtis Martin.
Chad Bratsky in his 7th season out of Eastern Kentucky. And Vinny and the Jets now looking at a 3rd and 11, the 8th play of this drive.
3 down linemen, another different look.
Testaverde steps up, throws deep, wide open, complete to Wendell Hayes, and Hayes inside the 25-yard line. 1st down for the Jets, a pickup of 33 yards.
Well, it was another look to confuse the New York Jets. They do a good job of giving Testaverde extra time. And what happened, Wendell Hayes on the outside against David Backlund gave him a double move, and look how wide open he is down the field. That is a sore spot for the Indianapolis Colts. One-on-one coverage on the outside, and twice now Vinny Testaverde has taken advantage of it.
The 21-yard line now. And a 1st down for the Jets. Testaverde with time, throws for the corner, has a man. It is incomplete. Richie Anderson appeared to have it and lose it. Tyrone Poole was there with the coverage.
Boy, how many times you could watch NFL football for 3 straight weeks and see all the games, and you do not see many running backs. Oh, Richie Anderson just drops the ball. I thought Tyrone Poole knocked it down. But a running back split out like a wide receiver, running the route down the field, making a move, and getting that wide open. That tells you about the talent of Richie Anderson.
2nd and 10. Curtis Martin up the middle, jogs right to about the 15-yard line. Mark Thomas with the tackle after a gain of 6, and it'll be 3rd and 4.
Well, Curtis Martin playing again this week. He hurt his gluteus maximus a couple weeks ago. They didn't know if he was going to play. Everybody's looking. Yes, I can say big words, you know, Gluteus Maximus. But just playing for the team, showing his toughness, going out there last week and on a bad field, playing the way he did, practice all this week, and Curtis Martin, he's an Iron Man. Regardless of his physical condition, he finds the way to suit up and play for the Jets every week.
Scoring on the opening drive is not going to happen to the Jets. The pass out here for Martin, and Martin is dragged down close to the first down at about the 11-yard line. He appears to have enough. Boy, it is a first down.
The Indianapolis Colts are giving the Jets a little bit of everything on this first drive. There's the blitz. Jason Belzer, Testaverde reads it. Curtis Martin out of the backfield. He's the back that everybody's looking for nowadays. Somebody that can make defenders miss on the run with power, and catch the football as a receiver.
The ball just outside of the 10-yard line. 5 wide receivers for Testaverde on 1st and 10. Time, throws over the middle, touchdown, Wayne Corbett.
Well, the New York Jets, there's a different look again by the Colts defense, but the Jets doing their job, showing the Colts about 5 different looks on this first drive. And look, you got a wide receiver. Oh, nice fake to the outside. Chad Coe to the safety. No chance covering Wayne Corbett.
Paul's extra point attempt is good. Wayne Corbett, just 1 catch for 8 yards against the Chicago Bears last week. Eclipsed that in one 11-yard touchdown catch.
How do receivers get wide open in the National Football League? You've got to deceive. Here's Wayne Corbett to the top. Watch him come down. He gets hit by Bernard Holsey, but a nice fake to the outside. Now nobody on the inside to cover him.
Corbett with his 7th touchdown catch of the season, and Vinny Testaverde with TD pass number 18.
Shoot. Greg, you said it right. The Jets are not used to getting off to good starts, but we watched them in practice Friday, and I go to a lot of practice we do every week. You see a lot of offenses, and after watching the Jets, every time I just shake my head and go, they got every play in the world in every week. Their list, Testaverde's wristband, has 118 plays on for this game. And he says some more than that, really, because there's A's and B's to some of those numbers.
We were also talking with Al Groh about the value of what he calls explosive plays. And for him, an explosive pass play is 16 yards or more. And included in that drive was the 33-yarder to Windrell Hayes, who made his first reception of the year. Hall's kick. Jerome Pathan from the 10. 25, cuts it back. 35 out to the 36-yard line. 26-yard return on the kickoff, and onto the field comes Peyton Manning. 26 touchdown passes his rookie year, 26 last year, 26 this year, with 4 games still to play in the regular season. That ties him for the most in the NFL.
Well, I mean, they're fired up to play this game. They believe this is the season. They think they lose it, they're probably out of the whole playoff picture. And the one thing they've had trouble on the road with, getting off to good starts offensively.
Edgerrin James comes this way and gets a couple on the left side. Brian Cox makes the stop after a 2-yard pickup. And it'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, you look at this Colts offensive line, it is definitely underrated. Terry Glenn, the left tackle, he's the physical player that's having a wonderful season.
The league's top rusher, Edgerrin James, well, he was top rusher until Robert Smith outdistanced him in the Thursday night game. At wide receiver, Jets will try to corral Marvin Harrison, who has 10 touchdown passes this year. Manning fakes, rolls, and throws incomplete. Diving for the interception was Roman Pfeiffer. The Jet defense, they make a change up front this week. Ernie Logan, who's forced a fumble in 2 straight games, starts for Jason Ferguson at nose tackle.
Look at the Jet linebackers. They're the key to the defense. Number 55, Marvin Jones, is having an outstanding season.
In the secondary, Aaron Glenn and Marcus Coleman at the corners. Chris Hayes and Victor Green, their safeties. The stadium comes alive on 3rd down. Manning throws, diving for the ball. It is incomplete. Pass is incomplete and rolling over as Marvin Harrison appears to perhaps hurt his right hand or his right side. Let's see.
Well, let's look at the replay and see if we can find out, Greg. Peyton Manning throws it low. That's where he should. Looks like he just lands on that right arm or hand. I'm not sure. Boy, the one thing that I noticed getting ready for this game and paying attention to the fact that how the Colts play away from home in cold weather or bad conditions, it doesn't affect Manning, but I think it's affected the receivers. They have not caught the ball very well in the game in Chicago and especially in Green Bay. I thought they missed a lot of very catchable balls that could have been the difference in the outcome of the game.
This is a cold field. They were scraping some snow off of the field down here in the right corner a little earlier today. That's the first sign to me that it's a cold day.
Now, Greg, that's called a rake. You see, something I know you haven't probably used in your life, but a lot of people use it for leaves. But this field was frozen, but for this time of the year, Greg, this is a tremendous day for football. The players got to be happy with how warm it is, and the field, to me, looks very fast, even though it's a little hard.
Marvin Harrison comes jogging off the field. Tops in the NFL in 100-yard games, 7 of them so far this season.
You didn't comment, a rake.
Rake, sweeping, same thing. They're getting the snow off the field.
Oh, okay.
Hunter Smith trying to kick it away to Dedrick Ward. Drives this one. Ward from the 12. 20. Penalty marker flies as Ward has run out of bounds just across the 30-yard line. And there are 2 flags thrown, one on the other side as well.
I never played special teams in my life, but I got to tell you, there must be something that just the players can't help it. When they know they're not going to get the block, but for some reason, I can see it from here, Greg, they've got to put their hands on the guy in front of them and go ahead and push him. Like, I'm just not going to let you win this battle. The heck with you. And I've said this many times, the officials can spot these penalties on special teams so easily. Personal foul, hit out of bounds.
Oh, yeah, offsetting penalties.
Remember, as a fan, why do they see it? The field is wide. The players are really spread out. The officials can spot the fouls very easily.
Well, Phil Luckett and his crew continue to discuss this at about the 37-yard line.
Well, they're frustrated broadcasters, so they want to talk.
Yes. Vinny Testaverde is going to get in on it. We welcome those of you who watched the Denver Broncos beat the New Orleans Saints 38-23. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Katayan here at the Meadowlands, where the Jets scored on their opening drive. A touchdown pass, Vinny Testaverde to Wayne Krebet to take a 7-0 lead. And Phil Luckett's crew discussing penalties on each side, and we trust we're going to get a decision sometime in the near future.
Well, we know there's a hold against the New York Jets. Let's watch the hit out of bounds. Oh, it's Jim Finn. Right from this area. There's Scott Frost from behind.
147 to another. I think we're about to get a call. Then again, I could be mistaken. I've been wrong before.
No, not you, Greg. Don't admit
There were
to
2
it.
fouls on the play. Holding, receiving team number 47. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, kicking team 36. By rule, since both fouls occurred after the change of possession, the penalties will offset. The Jets retain possession at the spot of their foul. First down.
What that means is the New York Jets have the football, and it would appear from here to be their 32-yard line. We have a timeout. 7:34 to play in the first quarter at the Meadowlands. Jets by 7.
Every year at this.
From other NFL games, this was the touchdown pass, 11 yards. Vinny Testaverde to Wayne Krebet. captive drive, the New York Jets held the football for more than 6 minutes and grab a 7-0 lead.
And we saw both teams, the Jets offense and the Colts defense, try a lot of different plays on each other. The Jets won the first battle.
Testaverde back to work here and looks to throw. Throws to the outside here, and it's incomplete, falling in between Wayne Corbett and Dedrick Ward. And let's check in for the first time today with Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You know, Vinny Testaverde told us on Friday during the entire time he was rehabbing that injured Achilles, he was thinking about playing in this kind of high-stakes game. He said if you can't enjoy playing in this game, or if you're afraid to play in this game, odds are you're not playing in January in the playoffs. He also said the big-time players are going to step up in this game, and that's exactly, as you can say, what he's done so far. Back to you.
Thanks, Armin. 2nd and 10. Testaverde to throw again. Richie Anderson out across the 35 to about the 37-yard line.
Well, Armin, you know you're so right. Talking to Testaverde on Friday, he just says, you know, he just has a great appreciation for what's going on this season. Just to play and to be in this spot where they're 8-4, got a chance to advance to the playoffs. Anytime a player's coming off a season where they missed the whole thing because of injury, you know, hey, like everything in life, it really makes you appreciate what you have. And I know Testaverde, he's appreciating this opportunity to play in a situation like this.
Testaverde has already hit 5 different receivers in this game. The pitch for Curtis Martin cuts it back. First down yardage and more. Midfield, across the 40. Inside the 30-yard line and a first down. Another of those explosive offensive plays that Al Groh likes to see.
Well, here's what it is, Greg. Not only are they trying to pick up a first down, the Jets, they're trying to run a play to get the first down and maybe get a big play out of it, because the defense is definitely not expecting the option play from Vinny Testaverde. And Curtis Martin does a good job of breaking tackles, and I got to think it takes a while for a team like the Colts to get used to the cold weather, catching footballs, and making tough tackles on defense.
Jim Mora told us he was disappointed with his team's tackling effort at a critical point of last week's game against Miami. They had trouble tackling there. Richie Anderson with the carry. Inside the 20-yard line. Chad Cota makes the stop after a 7-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 3.
I've always thought, and of course I had the opportunity to play in this stadium many, many years, when it is cold, the two things I always noticed about the opposing team: handling the football, especially the catchers, not used to it because the football is hard, and the other team's defense, especially in the running game, not making the hard tackles when the running back brings it up in there with some power.
2nd and 3. Beck in motion, the pitch for Martin. Martin breaks through over the 15, down to about the 13 or 12, a first down following a fine block from Randy Thomas.
Well, Greg, good example right there. The Indianapolis Colts have about 4 or 5 players that have a chance to get in this play. Watch as it comes to you. Dwight Hall, your number 56, is there. There's the corner. The safety can't bring him down. And Curtis Martin going to the outside. He's looking to cut back. Sees there's no way to cut back. Finally makes that last cut and picks up some tough yards.
5 wide receivers on first down. The Jets dominating offensive play so far. Testaverde pump fakes, throws for the end zone. It is caught! Touchdown, Dedrick Ward! What a throw by Testaverde. Dedrick Ward turned, and the football was there.
Well, this is Tyrone Poole, number 38. Watch, not full. Look at the fake inside. Stays with him. He's got him perfectly covered. Perfect throw by Vinny Testaverde, and there is nothing the Colts defense can do against that type of throw and catch.
Ward's 2nd touchdown of the year. Hall's extra point is perfect. 4:35 to play here in the first quarter, which has been all New York Jets. They lead at 14-0.
Meant home. And by Saturn. Now with 2 distinctively different car lines, the L Series and S Series.
4:35 to play in the first quarter. It has been all green and white so far here in the first. Hall's kick. He slipped as he got it away, and it's short to the 17. Jerome Pathan. Pathan twisting over the 30 to about the 33-yard line, and that's where Peyton Manning and company will go back to work after a 15-yard return. The touchdown pass. Does he get his feet inbounds? He does, leaving Jim Mora to just go, oh no.
You could be the best driver on the face of the earth. Hands at 10 and 2, full 2-second stops. You could be a poster child for the Department of Motor Vehicles. But what if everyone else isn't? The midsize L-Series Performance Sedan.
They've got nothing to lose. They really can let it all hang out. And a lot of times at this level, even if a team has struggled all year.
If we could pull this off, this
Then Arizona collides with Connecticut. Saturday on CBS.
I'll be telling you which.
Now the Colts are doing this. Yeah, no huddle, Craig. It's not like a hurry up. It just, Peyton Manning says, it helps me with my rhythm. I get into rhythm when we just go at a little quicker pace.
Edgerrin James to about the 45-yard line. It's 2nd and 6.
Now I asked the Jets too on Friday, does this bother you? And they said, no, it's not a big deal because look at the tempo. They're just coming up to the line of scrimmage and doing their thing.
James slips one tackle, can't slip the rest. May have, I'll call it no gain. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Well, Brian Cox, he ought to be happy. You know, that time he forced the play back inside. And we talked to Brian too on Friday. He says, oh, I haven't done a thing in 2 weeks, and a little disgusted with himself. But today looks like a day where he might have a chance because they're up 14-0 to be a factor in rushing the passer.
Colts come out of the huddle here on 3rd and 5. Manning evades the blitz and now down at about the line of scrimmage. Roman Pfeiffer, Sean Ellis, Manning's ex-teammate at Tennessee, in on the stop.
Well, the Jets doing a good job. They double cover Marvin Harrison, so that took away Peyton Manning's first look, and then just pushing the pocket, making him stand there. They do a good job, and Manning has to go down.
Kind of a new feeling for Sean Ellis to tackle Peyton Manning. He said, we weren't allowed to touch him at Tennessee.
They were teammates at Tennessee. Don't get near the franchise, he was told.
Dedrick Ward deep for the kick from Hunter Smith. Sky high.
Beautiful.
And pulled in, 15-yard line. Ward makes the fair catch. 2:17 to play in the first. Vinny going back to work. Welcome back to the Meadowlands. Greg Gumbel along with Phil Simms. What's happening here as we close into the final minutes of the first quarter is exactly what Jim Mora didn't want. He had hoped to get off to a better start.
Well, he was hoping not to fall behind so quickly, Greg. That happened. But I think the big thing is with the Colts, what Jim Mora has told us for a few weeks, and I think everybody knows right now, is the Colts, they've been in position to make plays. They just can't finish the deal. In other words, they don't have explosive players on defense, and they just can't make the turnovers or those tackles behind the line of scrimmage when the opportunity is there.
There's Curtis Martin, the 3-time Pro Bowler, off the right side, and Jim Mora, who told us last week he was pleased with the way his defense played in a loss to the Miami Dolphins, as he should have been.
Well, I think there's one thing that they know about their team, and they appreciate about the Colts team, is they play hard. And last week against Miami, they flew around and sold out. They won the physical battle. They didn't win the score. Usually you win the score when you out-hit the other team. But today, well, they're in trouble right now.
2nd and 5, Testaverde throws. Richie Anderson's got it down the sideline. Out of bounds inside the 40-yard line of the Indianapolis Colts. Looked like the touchdown pass a week ago against the Chicago Bears.
That's exactly what it is. This is the 3rd time today the Jets have used a double move. Watch Richie Anderson go to Mike Peterson. Number 52 is going to be covering him. He's going to go down, look out, and then when he turns up the field, look at that. It's just too late for Mike Peterson to make the play. And again, Richie Anderson, Curtis Martin are not like other backs in the National Football League. These guys might be more dangerous catching the ball than they are running the football.
Anderson leads all fullbacks in the NFL with receptions. On the draw, Martin dodges left inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line.
Now, you know, the one thing when I see this Jets offense, and there's Dan Henning, the offensive coordinator, this offense is built and designed to destroy defenses like the Indianapolis Colts. In other words, if you play somewhat of a pattern defense, it's not too complicated. Well, the Jets, they're going to spread you out, a lot of movement, a lot of misdirection, and they usually can have success against this style.
On 2nd and 6 from the 33. Testaverde still has it, throws. Curtis Martin juggles a little bit and then it's bumped out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. And Tyrone Poole coming up to make
Greg,
the stop.
you can see now we're in our third drive of the game, and I can tell you, and you might not notice it at home, they have not repeated one play yet. It's been a different formation, a different action, and look at all the different receivers he's throwing to. He's thrown to 6 different receivers, and we're still in the first quarter. And Al Groh a couple weeks ago said we lost to the Colts because Peyton Manning had laser ball work. In other words, the throwing and catching was so good they couldn't go against it. The Jets got that going today.
First time these teams met, it was the Indianapolis Colts jumping off to the quick start, and the Jets had to play catch up all day long. The reverse is true after one quarter here at the Meadowlands this afternoon. It's the Jets 14 and the Colts nothing. We're coming back for the start of the second quarter right after this. Still has it. Throws across the middle. Corbett had it and dropped it. And onto the field comes John Hall and the rest of the field goal unit.
You know, that's something you see more and more, especially with the Jets. They do it more than any team in football. 3rd and 4. Now, the play action fake, they do it so often. The reason they do it a lot is because it gives Testaverde rhythm, but it's one way of really getting tremendous protection for a quarterback to get extra time to throw the football down the field.
This will be a 49-yard field goal attempt by John Hall, whose long this year is 51. Hall gets it away, and it is going to fade to the right. So the Colts get a stop and decent field position out of it. We're early in the second quarter. Peyton Manning. Straight drop, throws this side, incomplete, intended for Harrison on the near side. Peyton telling us last night that the atmosphere here should feel very much like a playoff game to him, and his concern, as Jim Morris, is that they've tended to start slowly in cold weather games.
You know, but you bring up an interesting point about the playoff atmosphere, Greg, because that's what they feel like it is for them. Lose one, you're out. And you talked about last year, they went through a whole season and really never felt the pressure because they got on such a run, winning 11 games in a row. So this is new ground for the Colts.
Edgerrin James tripped up as he goes across the 40 to about the 41.5-yard line or so. A pickup of 3, it'll be 3rd and 7. Meanwhile, Edgerrin James told us last night he feels better than he did a year ago, and of course that's because in his second year now he knows what to expect.
Well, that's right. He knows how to take care of himself. He said the biggest thing is I know when to give up on a play. In other words, don't take those extra hits, and that's a smart thing to do. The healthier he stays, the better the Colts football team is going to be.
A big 3rd and 7 for Manning and the Colts. They are 0 for 2 on 3rd down so far today. Throwing down the slot, incomplete. Terrific diving play by Nick Ferguson, the first-year man out of Georgia Tech. Boy, was Ken Dilger streaking upfield.
He was running, and Ferguson does a good job. Peyton Manning hesitates just a little bit. This is something I didn't expect to see from the New York Jets today, a zone defense. And by that, look, you can see everybody's looking at the quarterback, but that helps Ferguson get over there and knock the pass down.
Colt offense has managed just 1 first down in 3 possessions. Edric Ward going to let this one bounce, and it takes a jet bounce back to about the 20. Out here at the Meadowlands, the Jets by 2 touchdowns. Here's a look at Vinny Testaverde, who has been under the eye of fans and media alike for all the interceptions that he's thrown this year. And, you know, we talked to Vinny on Friday. He said, you know, I'm not so concerned about what's gone before. I'm more focused on what we're dealing with right now.
Yeah, he seemed very relaxed, Greg, and that's always a good state of mind for a quarterback to be in. That means when you relax, that means you're confident.
Jets start with 5 wide receivers here on first down, and Testaverde throws back here to Curtis Martin. Martin can't shake the tackler, and he falls back at the 18, 19-yard line. A loss of 7 on the play to make it 2nd and 17.
Well, when you have a running back like Curtis Martin, it makes it easy to design a lot of plays. One, he picks up the blitz well. We all know he's a good runner, can make people miss. But I think the other thing that really sets him apart from most running backs in this league right now, that he's a good route runner from the backfield, and when they split him way out to the sideline like a wide receiver, he can run all the routes just like a wide receiver. He's not a decoy out there just standing, trying to take up some space.
On 2nd and 17, pitch for Martin, left side, cuts it back, running room, 30, 40, to the far sideline. And finally down at about the 24-yard line of the Colts, Chad Bratzke made the stop after a 54-yard gain.
This is a play the Jets love to run. They call it a crack. And what they mean by that, here comes Richie Anderson, number 20, going to come down inside, and he's going to seal the defense. Watch from the outside. Here he comes right there. He seals it. Now Curtis Martin can get out to the outside. Kevin Mawai down the field, making a terrific block. The wide receivers, look at Ryan Young, Dedrick Ward, everybody hustling, and that's what it takes to have big runs in the National Football League.
How about 6'5", 275-pound Chad Bratzke, 54 yards downfield to make the tackle. Bernie Parmalee, left side, brought down at about the 23-yard line, and there is a penalty marker down at the 20.
Well, if the Jets, if they continue to run the football, this Colts defense will have no chance of stopping them, because the one thing the Colts believe they can do, listen to the call, clipped by the Jets, the one thing they think they can do every week is line up and stop the other team's running game when it's just like the running back's in the backfield and you hand it off to him. They think they're strong doing it, and I do too. So the Jets so far.
Personal foul, clipping, offense, number 71. Penalty is 15 yards. Repeat. First down.
Penalty is on Kerry Jenkins, the 3rd-year guard.
Well, let's go back to that long run, Greg, before we talk about that clip. Wayne Corbett, here he is, number 80. As he goes down the field, he makes a nice block, kicks it out, but then he ran to the sideline. He hurt his left hand, and we thought, well, there could be something wrong. But he did trot back into the game just now, and he's lining up for him at wide receiver again.
1st and 24. Testaverde throws, quick slant, and bouncing off the tackle is Corbett. Corbett out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Chad Cota at 6'1", 195, colliding with 5'10", 188 Wayne Corbett.
Well, see, sometimes defensive backs, watch number 37, he sees it, he reads it. Defensive backs are trying for the knockout hit there. Instead, he should have ran through him, put his arms around him and made the tackle. Instead, he went for the big, good-looking play the defensive players try to do sometimes, and it backfires.
It results in a 7-yard gain for the Jets in 2nd and 17.
And, of course, it doesn't do any good to do that to Wayne Corbett. You cannot intimidate him. You're not going to take him out of his game. The guy is tough. He plays angry. It doesn't bother him.
And Parmalee to about the 26, spelling Curtis Martin in there, who, if you just missed the graphic just a short while ago, is already up to 114 yards today and 1,005 on the season.
See, I like this, too, that they bring Bernie Parmalee in. They give him some runs. They keep him in on 3rd down, let him pick up a blitzer, maybe catch a pass, because Curtis Martin just touches the football so much that I think when you overdo it, sooner or later, the law of these guys are just going to get worn down and get hurt. So spell him when you can, and Bernie Parmalee has done a good job doing that.
How's that for a turnaround from a week ago when Curtis Martin carried 17 times for 29 yards? Testaverde has it down the sideline. It is incomplete off the hands of Anderson. Mike Peterson covering him downfield.
Well, Mike Peterson's already seen that play once today. That time it was from a different look, fake the reverse, but don't get fooled. This is 4 times already the Jets have made a move and gone deep down the field.
Testaverde thought he had a touchdown. John Hall will line this one up from 45 yards out. His 49-yard attempt a few minutes ago faded to the right. This one's a little straighter and a lot farther. 45-yarder is good. The Jets up their lead to 17 points with 10:25 to play in the half.
Welcome back, Jacksonville, Florida. Wind continues to blow. Chill factors down around freezing as the Jaguars with a 10-0 lead go back to work on offense after a 20-yard punt return by Reggie Barlow. Back to the ace, Fred Taylor. Taylor told us
These new honey barbecue strips. Get 3 slathered in sweet and tangy sauce plus coleslaw on a biscuit.
This game and the last 2 road games Indianapolis has played, all cold weather games, they've been outscored 56-0 in the first halves of those games, including this one.
But let's remember, Greg, and I'm not just saying this for the, I'm saying this, they got back in and had a chance to win both of those games when they fell behind. I expect the Colts to come back. Their offense is just too good to keep down a whole game.
Pathan from the goal line. Veers left, blocker in front of him, cuts it up, 30, out of bounds just short of the 35-yard line. And that's where Peyton Manning will go to work after a 36-yard return. Let's go down to Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You know, after that loss last week to Miami, Jim Mora told us it was about as low as you could go around the Indianapolis headquarters. He said the team had been heavily criticized in the papers as being soft and the defense as being terrible. He told his team on Wednesday, don't hang your heads. Don't give up. We can still win this division. It's a test of character, he said. One right now, Phil. They got a long ways to go. Back to you.
From the 36, they'll start on the ground, and Edgerrin James maybe a yard on the play, or maybe not.
Well, it looked like he thought he was at home on the AstroTurf at the RCA Dome. Edgerrin James is not a runner that picks his feet up real high, so every once in a while he'll be running and he scoots him along, and boom, that old monster jumps up and takes him down without being hit.
You asked him last night, how do you like grass? He said, I was born on grass.
He was born on grass?
Well, sort of. Manning still has it. Throws over the middle. Has his man across midfield. 86 is Jerome Pathan. And that'll be enough for a first down.
You know, I talked to somebody who watches a lot of football, and he asked me today, how can the Indianapolis Colts continuously send 2 people down? And watch Pathan, and here's the other receiver on the other side. Tight end's going across. But look, 2 people down the field. How can you get that wide open? Here's why. Nobody in the league does it like the Colts. They take so long to throw it that the defense just breaks up over time, and that's why they're wide open. Wide open.
Manning pumps, throws down the sideline, and tipped away by Marcus Coleman, number 42. The pass intended for Pathan streaking up the sideline.
Sometimes you can't predetermine. Peyton Manning going for the big play. He misses the first thought. Watch Marcus Pollard go down the middle of the field. He is wide open. Peyton Manning faked it and went to the outside. He might have missed a touchdown to Marcus Pollard that time.
Manning now 2 of 7 for 34 yards, and the saving tap away by Coleman. Manning with the screen. Edgerrin James dancing across the 45 to about the 44-yard line. That's well short of a first down.
Well, Greg, that last pass, Peyton Manning, we've done a lot of games. I don't think I've ever seen him miss a wide open receiver like that. And that screen play, just a little off kilter, The Jets playing a little faster, a little more aggressive, and that's why they've been winning the battle so far against this Colts offense.
And now Manning looking at a 3rd and 8. He needs the 36-yard line for a first down. The line of scrimmage, the 44. Blitz. Manning. Incomplete. Marvin Harrison in and out of his arms at the 35-yard line, and Nick Ferguson was there with him.
Boy, Nick Ferguson coming in. He's big so far today. Marvin Harrison, it's one-on-one. This is another good throw by Manning. Oh, but Nick Ferguson, I was getting ready to say Marvin Harrison dropped it, but he gets that right hand in there, knocks it down. Another good play by Ferguson.
2 of them so far.
Well, that's big. Drive stoppers.
Dedrick Ward stands at his own 10. Colts 0 for 4 now on 3rd down so far today. Smith, high kick, going to go into the end zone and bounce through. And so the Jets will start on their own 20-yard line. And Peyton Manning, it's been a tough day at work here at the Meadowlands so far. Taking a look at some pictures and getting some information on the sideline.
That's Tom Moore, the offensive coordinator, with him, and they're going over what was right, what was wrong in this last drive, and the Colts are starting to see some opportunities. They just got to make the plays.
Curtis Martin dipping to the outside, and there's not much there. I want to remind you, for a complete breakdown of all playoff scenarios, including updates at the conclusion of each game, click on NFL at cbs.sportsline.com.
All right, I'll click on for you.
Click on the computer first of all, and then go from there.
Jim Moore, look at this. I like. How about? What do you think, Greg? What do you think about those leather jackets you see the coaches wearing?
I hope it's warm.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It looks good. I don't know how warm it is. He's right.
2nd and 9. Martin tries the right side again to about the 24-yard line, trying that right side behind right guard Randy Thomas and right tackle Ryan Young.
Well, Randy Thomas, you bring his name up. There he is, number 77. Double teaming Larry Chester, then comes off of it. Cannot quite make the hit to get Dwight Hoyer out of the way, so to give Curtis Martin more room to run.
How many guys are refused more food at a buffet?
Well,
Randy Thomas ate 17 lobsters at a buffet, and they said, that's it, you got to go.
The owner said, you've had enough. We'll see you later. Thanks for coming.
3rd and 5, and here comes the blitz. Testaverde gets crushed and gets him. Oh, and they blow the whistle. And now a penalty marker flies on the far side of the field as Corbett mixes it up over there with Mark Thomas.
That was Jason Belzer on the hit against Testaverde. Free, nobody blocks him, and he cannot bring Testaverde down. Watch, 29, clean, hits him. You think Testaverde's not big and strong? There's not many quarterbacks like that in the NFL. Then Mark Thomas out in the flat.
Well, that's why Corbett was a little upset and comes back pushing.
Oh, the flag was on Mark Thomas's hit then. The flag was in the air when Wayne Corbett came back to retaliate. You know, Mark Thomas, Greg, I'm sorry, he was saying a lot of things about the Colts team and the players and how they got to step it up this past week. So, oh, it's huge. You know, you finally get the Jets off the field where they're going to punt it. You have good field position, but, well, and you just don't make a very smart play.
Yeah, Mark's going to look at the film and go, oh, yeah, that's why I got it.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 90. The foul occurred during the continuing action. The result of the play was a quarterback was down 15 yards from that spot with an automatic first down.
Well, what they're saying is that it was part of the play. That's why it's an automatic, you know, becomes a 15-yard penalty and a first down. And the worst thing you can do to a team, they get 3 plays, you give them 3 more plays, well, you're just asking, it's usually, the results are not very good for your defense.
That sack of Testaverde, just the second in his last 182 dropbacks. Straight ahead, Curtis Martin dances outside, another first down and out of bounds at about the 48-yard line.
Wow, nice block by the Jets offensive line. And Kevin Mawai, the center, number 68, Jenkins 71, There's Randy Thomas. Oh, nice kick out. Gets Bernard Whittington. He can't make the tackle. Look at the seal. All the Jet defenders are between the defensive players and Curtis Martin. Nobody can make the tackle. And then Curtis Martin, one of the best at running sideways and then going back upfield and getting extra yardage.
Martin up to 135 yards on the day.
Boy, I wouldn't even think about running left. They're doing so well up the middle and to the right.
Martin again. He eludes the tacklers and breaks across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, that's what it was. Dodge them, pick up some extra yards. They don't even make blocks that time. Watch Curtis Martin. Now, this is what makes a really good running game. As you're going to see, he's going to make the fake and go to the right and then break it outside. Look, Bernard Holsey, not even blocked. Can't make the tackle. Runs into his own guys. Let's see Randy Thomas, number 77. You know, the Big Eater. Nice job. Seals it off.
Did you start to say the Big Eater?
Yeah, the Big Eater.
The Big Eater.
You know, we can give him some nicknames. Pig, Big Eater, I don't know, whatever you want.
Second down and 3 from the 45-yard line. Keep it on the ground again and again. Martin with room up the middle. This to about the 41-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Now, Greg, you've worked with me now. This is our third year. You know one thing. You can't tell me anything, and it's not going to be a secret because I'll rat you out in a second. And to talk about Randy Thomas, he comes in and talked to us Friday. Nice guy, just a lot of fun. And he goes, well, I'm Randy Thomas. My middle name is Lamar, but don't say that on TV. Whatever. What? Lamar, huh? Lamar is your middle name. I like that name a lot. Lamar.
Lamar, Randy Lamar Thomas.
Yeah, yeah. I said, why did he tell me that?
So that was his first mistake.
Don't tell me. Well, of course. You tell me not to do something, I'm going to do it.
Curtis Martin, 146 rushing yards, a season high. On the reverse, here comes Dwight Stone. Stone can't turn the corner and is dropped back at the 48-yard line by Ellis Johnson. That'll be a loss of 10 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 20.
Well, that was really, anytime you see a reverse and it loses yards like that, that tells you a defense is prepared. It's not over pursuing. It's doing what it's supposed to do. And there's Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator. You know, the Colts defense, it's not great, but it is well taught. You talk to the Jet players, they say, look, they know what they're doing. The problem is they just can't get it done.
2nd and 20.
And we've seen a lot of examples of that so far today, Greg.
Testaverde, quick pop over the middle. Anderson out of the backfield to about the 45-yard line. Also continuing your habit of ratting people out.
Yeah.
So we actually showed Randy a little shot that Kevin Mawai put together. Kevin Mawai campaigning for the Phil Simms All-Iron team and blatantly campaigning at that.
Yeah, because we give out a truck to the winner or the captain of the team. So Kevin Mawai comes into our room, and look what he gives.
I mean, who the heck is that, for Pete's sake?
I think you should vote for Kevin. It says, number, that's your brother, of course. And now that just, we know one thing that in life that's always true. You never listen to your brother, so he has no chance.
Testaverde going deep down the sideline. It is incomplete. Intended for number 86, Windrell Hayes, and so the Jets will have to kick it away. The upshot of that story is the Kangaroo Court, because of Mawai's blatant campaigning.
Yeah, well, Randy Thomas came in after Kevin Mawai, and I told Randy Thomas a story. And
of course, Kevin said, "Don't tell Randy, or else I'll get fined."
Oh yeah, so that was an automatic. Yeah, it was.
So Kevin Mawai is $250 lighter in the Jets Kangaroo Court.
You know, Greg, locker room humor, isn't it something? It's so funny. But it was fun to be a little part of it. Rat out Kevin Mawai.
Tupa's wobbly punt, fair catch called for by Wilkins at the 15-yard line. 2:45 to play here in the first quarter, or in the first half, and it's been all Jets. Phil, you and I know that statistics don't always tell the story of a game, but these do.
These tell the story. Look at the dominate, 283 yards. There are a lot of teams in this league that don't average that for a whole game. The Jets got it in the first half so far.
Manning on first down. Throws. Incomplete. Intended for Jerome Pathon, and did he take a hit?
I tell you the one thing, I said this last week, Greg, when the Colts were playing the Miami Dolphins. You know, we're starting to get a couple years into this third year for the Colts. Some of the plays, when they play teams outside the division, they really fool them, but you kind of get used to teams and what they want to do and what they're about. And so far, it kind of looks like the Jets, after the last couple years, they figured out some of these things about the Colts offense, and they are much closer to the receivers.
Manning throws a short pop over the middle of Pathan, and Pathan, reaching for the 25-yard line, looks to be just short of a first down. Clock continues to move, under 2.5 to play, and the Colts will go without a huddle. Look to James to get the first down, and he does off right tackle. It'll be first down. And let's see if Manning gets another one off before the 2-minute warning here.
Yeah, I don't know if he can, and it's not a big deal either. You still got 3 timeouts. He's going to make it. I didn't think he could.
Quick drop, quick slant, Marvin Harrison. And Harrison out to about the 45-yard line, and that'll be another first down. Colts have scored just once in their last 13 possessions since the opening drive last week. Trying here. Each team with the full complement of timeouts.
Yeah, plenty of time for the Indianapolis Colts to do anything they want with the offense. Still have time to let Edgerrin James run the football too.
Colts have moved 30 yards. That constitutes their longest drive of the day. Manning looking left, now throwing down the middle, incomplete, and a penalty marker flies as Harrison lays on the ground in something of a collision with Nick Ferguson, who's been a busy extra back out there, and it's going to be an interference call against the Jets.
Well, I'll tell you, Peyton Manning is looking down the field for that big play.
Pass interference, defense, number 25. That's an automatic first down.
Let's see if we can see it. Here he is. There's Marvin Harrison, going to fake out, go up there. Oh, yes, I could have called that one. Reaches out, stopped him, but he was fooled. It was going to be a big play.
We got into a conversation with Al Groh about penalties down the field and how pass interference calls, just like a completed pass, they move the sticks.
That's right. It's a big play. The Jets much better this year, not committing as many pass interference penalties.
Manning on the roll and throws it away. He was under pressure, intense pressure from number 92, Sean Ellis, and a couple of Tennessee volunteers going at it.
Yeah, you know, that's got to be really, that's pretty neat. Ex-college teammates, and Sean Ellis just hits him and gets up and goes back to the huddle. Doesn't say anything to him. Watch number 92, Sean Ellis, corner of your screen, comes off his block.
A lot of orange down there on the turf.
Yeah.
2nd and 10. Over the middle, Pathan, and Pathan falls to the ground at about the 30-yard line.
You know, I always see, when I see a defense, the Jets doing at that time, only rushing 3 defenders, that shows you how much they respect the passing game of the Indianapolis Colts.
Manning and the Colts use timeout. They have 2 left, 1:32 to play in the first half.
A crowning tribute to Lou.
You may want to think about playing O'Keefer at the fullback position on goal line.
Well, that does it for the first half from San Diego, with the 49ers leading by a touchdown. The Visa halftime report is next after this message and a word from your local Fox station.
Fox Tuesday. It's music's biggest night, the 2000 Billboard.
Peterson coming in for his first series of the game. There's a great fraternal feeling about guys who have played in the national.
It's on the board before the first half expires. Al Groh and the Jets would desperately like them not to. 3rd and 4. Manning throws near side, has his man just short of the 20-yard line. That will be enough for a first down on the 10-yard pickup. Marvin Harrison on the receiving end.
Boy, nice design, nice execution by the Colts.
Manning pumps, now throws down the sideline. It is incomplete, and that one looked like it got away from him a little bit.
Yeah, it didn't matter. He was just throwing it away. Ray Mickens, he knows, you know, Peyton Manning, I always get a kick out of it. It used to be, I'd say, hey, he's changing the play, always giving a signal, but he does so much that I can't tell when he's faking or when he's giving it real, so I just be quiet. I won't be wrong that way.
2nd and 10. 67 seconds on the clock. Intercepted at the goal line. Victor Green up the sideline. Now cuts it back to the 30. Falling forward to the 43-yard line. Edgerrin James tripped him up. A 43-yard return.
Everything was set up perfect for the Indianapolis Colts, but the one guy that had no responsibility was Victor Green. So he sits back. Here he is. All he's doing is watching the quarterback. And as soon as Manning turned, look, it's a touchdown if he's not there. As soon as he turned, he makes the break right over to the left side and takes the ball away from Marvin Harrison. Look, Marvin Harrison has Ray Mickens beat. Manning did not look off Victor Green. He tries to smoke it by him. In other words, throw it so hard that he can get it over there before Victor Green can. But Victor Green has seen that move many times from Peyton Manning.
Green's 5th interception of the year. Testaverde gives to Gerald Soule. And Soule to the 44-yard line. And the clock continues to move. And now timeout is called by the Jets. Peyton Manning shaking his head on the sideline. He feels Colts' chance to score this half has gone by the boards.
Now they dump it off. Screen play. And the Browns break it out to...
Well, that time, Bernie Parmalee was on the outside. He went inside, and 3 defenders ran with him because the Jets just send so many people out. There's so much motion. And then when he went in, Hayes comes out. There's nobody there. There's not a guy within 10 yards of Wendell Hayes when he made the catch.
First down now from the 44. Comes the blitz. Testaverde steps up, throws over the middle, incomplete. Dedrick Ward had it and dropped it inside the 30-yard line. Did you see where that blitz came from for the Colts?
It had to come from the other side, Greg, because the Jets changed their formation, but the Jets picked it up. I couldn't see what lineman ran outside. And what execution. Here comes the blitzer from the way on the outside. It's Jason Belzer. Here comes Coda. And that's Kevin Mawai coming from the center position to let Testaverde step up. That is being alert and helping your quarterback out, and they should have had a big play out of it.
Jets came into this game tied with San Francisco for the fewest sacks allowed in the league. Quick pass. Anderson on the run inside the 35 to about the 32 or 31-yard line. And a timeout stops the clock with 28 seconds to play.
See, I don't know. Well, I do know. The Colts can't force the issue defensively. When they come after the Jets, I do not think they're good enough physically to cover one-on-one and make the tackles and stop the passes. They come with the blitz. You know, the Jets were ready for it. Richie Anderson blocks a guy, lets him go. They throw it to him. Nobody there to make the tackle.
4 catches for 68 yards for Anderson. And by all accounts, I mentioned this earlier, Jim Mora told his team after the loss to the Dolphins last week, we can still win this division. However, this is a game that the Colts just simply cannot afford to lose.
Well, that's right, Greg. They got such a tough schedule out after this. They have Buffalo, Miami, Minnesota, their last 3 games, and you could be the best team in the NFL. I don't know if you could win those 3 games. But don't count the Colts out. I know it looks bad, but they are very good in stressful situations offensively. They've shown in the past. And again, I'll say it, I think they'll make a big comeback here.
From the 31-yard line, they give us to Martin. Martin dragged down at the 25-yard line. Chad Bratsky again making the play. A pickup of 6, 2nd and 4, and the Jets in a hurry up.
Well, they did the right thing. The crowd's booing. They want to secure the field goal. They did it. Now they can go for the big play.
Testaverde throws inside the 10, complete to Wendell Hayes, down to the 4-yard line. And they call timeout to stop the clock with 3 seconds to play in the half.
I got to tell you, did you see that? Well, of course you saw the throw, Greg. You're standing next to me. And the people at home, just don't take what Vinny Testaverde did there for granted. You know, you talk about, well, this guy can run, this guy does this. There are so few quarterbacks that can stand back there like that and throw that football in between 3 defenders, and none of them can make a move towards the receiver. Look at that. I mean, that thing is put on a line. Not only is it caught, Hayes now has a chance to catch it and go towards the end zone.
We mentioned it earlier. Al Groh talks about when Vinny Testaverde and Peyton Manning both have the ability to go to what they call laser ball.
Laser ball, when they got that laser working, that means when they're accurate and they're making good decisions, you just can't stop them. And Al Groh said about Testaverde, I still stand at practice almost every day and go, wow, what a throw.
22-yard attempt by John Hall. And it is good. Vinny Testaverde and the Jets have been superb here in the first half. And let's go down to Armin Katayan. Armin.
Coach, you told us how important it was to hang with the Jets early on. That obviously has not happened.
Well, we haven't done it. You know, we just haven't played very well on defense. We're missing tackles, and they're just moving the ball on us, and we've had a hard time getting them stopped. We've just got to suck it up on defense and play better there. Then the turnover hurt us, but the main thing is our inability to get them stopped.
All right, Coach. Good luck. Thank you, Greg.
All right, Armin, our halftime score. The Jets 20 and the Colts nothing. Coming up.
You got ours, we'll get yours. They play hard. Here's a throw and a connection. The arm's still good, and the throw to Jimmy Smith is inside the 40-yard line and down to the 39, a 20-yard gain on the play.
It's a big play by Mark Brunell. Bounce back after the big hit. And if you don't think that hurts, man, that hurts getting hit like that. And he stood up and made a great pass to Jimmy Smith to answer.
He just made another one to Kyle Brady, and this one's good for a gain of 13 yards and a first down. Now a Jaguar, Jeff Smith, the center's limping off the field. And Quentin New Year's going out. So, I don't know, he looks like he pulled a muscle or something, the big guy, Jeff Smith.
Yeah, he didn't even hesitate. He limped off immediately.
They have a $5 million a year right tackle who's been out all season. They just put him on injured reserve. Leon Searcy was well, I tell you, he took a shot on that shoulder. Mark Brunell, he comes out firing these tight fastballs right on target 3 in a row ever since.
Yeah, this offense looks so good under Mark Brunell. And, you know, you see the guy get up after taking a shot like that and just be still, pinpoint with his passes.
With a run go the Jaguars, and they drive the ball down to the Browns' 15-yard line. Game clock down to 38 seconds to play. Brunell signaling he's going to down the ball. We'll see if he is. Yeah, he is. With 34 seconds left in the first half. Coming up on the NASDAQ.com.
Clean.
NFL news. That's all coming up on the NASDAQ.com halftime report. The guys get to go inside at halftime.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I'll tell you what, this is
brisk
when
out there in Fifth Avenue.
Right.
Pre-game.
That's right, and they're happy to be inside right now. Mark Brunell, this is when a quarterback like Mark Brunell of his stature earns all those millions of dollars that they give him. He's got to run the show and be on top of his game like no other point in the season when they run the 2-minute drill, because more than any other time, it's all on his shoulders.
Brunell takes a look, waits for something to open up. It does. Open receiver. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brunell standing in and guns it to McCardell, the former Cleveland Brown, originally a draft choice out of UNLV of the Browns 9 years ago. Guy went to the Pro Bowl in '97. And the Jaguars open up the game now with a 19-0 lead.
Mark Brunell has all day to throw this, and Keenan McCardell just keeps working. Finally comes open, and Mark Brunell throwing right into the television screen.
Game of Kurt Warner's career. He was picked off 4 times, and Carolina goes 2 for 2 against the Super Bowl champs this season. Seattle and Atlanta. Doug Johnson started at quarterback, the rookie for the Falcons, and they ended up turning the football over 4 times, never in the game. Tennessee and Philadelphia, Al Del Greco had really received some heat for some recent misses today. He was 5 for 5, made a 50-yarder on the last play of the game as the Titans edged out the Eagles. Giants in Washington, and the Giants hold on as Eddie Murray missed the 49-yarder at the end of the game. The Redskins dropped to 7-6. Tampa Bay, the story here was Warwick Dunn, 210 yards and 2 touchdowns. Another 200-yard performance today by Corey Dillon. Give him 216 as the Bengals won for the 3rd time this year. Arizona's lost now 9 straight road games. We'll continue on the NASDAQ.com halftime report in just a moment. Banks. We've already had 8 with at least 100. 3 went over 200. And the Jets, well, Martin's got 152, Randy.
Yeah, but the story here is Vinny Testaverde. And guys, if you're a young quarterback out there and you wonder how do you really play quarterback, do you need a rocket arm? Watch Vinny. He's putting on a clinic. This is how a professional plays quarterback.
Actually, the story here is the Indianapolis no defense. That's the story.
All right, let's take everybody around the league, including Jacksonville. Hey, the Browns have negative passing yards. Brunell has just thrown a touchdown, 20-0 as they approach halftime. San Diego trailing the 49ers as Garcia's over 200 yards passing plus a touchdown. Now, earlier today, it was Jay Fiedler leading Miami to a blitz of Buffalo.
I tell you, Jay had a big game. He had 3 touchdown passes. First 3 touchdown pass game. Here he hit Leslie Shepard for a big touchdown.
And Cordell Stewart accounted for 3 Steeler touchdowns.
Well, Pittsburgh fans must think that Cordell of 97 was abducted by aliens and brought back today because he was all over the field and he outdueled Rich Gannon and led the Steelers to a win.
And look at this. Mike Anderson, rookie rushing.
I'll tell you what, he did a lot on his own, but he had some good holes in there. 251 yards, Jim.
And 4 touchdowns. Kurt Warner was back for the Rams, but the Rams lost.
And was he rusty and was Jimmy Hitchcock glad he was? 88 yards for this touchdown. 16-3, and it wasn't that close.
And Carolina sweeps the Rams in their 2 matchups head-to-head. Meanwhile, how about Ricky Waters and his career numbers now?
I don't think he gets enough credit. No, here's a guy, he went over, one of 13 guys go over 10,000 rushing yards. He played in his 110 straight start today.
Is that a Hall of Fame career?
Absolutely.
And Seattle won at Atlanta. How about McNabb? He thought he won it for the Eagles right here, only to lose to Del Greco's 50-yarder at the gun.
We knew he was coming to a hostile environment, coming to face a hot Eagles team, and man, Al needed that, you know, because he's been struggling with it the past few weeks, and you know things work some mysterious ways, and we needed a big victory, and we got it. Now we got to go. We got to move on from here.
Del Greco 5 for 5 today in field goals. Brad Johnson returned.
Yeah, another guy came back off the bench. He's down a couple of weeks. He's rusty. Throws an interception here, and they still got a chance to win it.
But Murray, 49-yarder, comes up short. Jill Harrington was there.
Coach Fossil, huge win for the Giants today. How were you able to just shut down the Redskins offense for most of the game?
Well, our defense was extremely aggressive. We went after them. The guys never stopped believing. That was the thing. Our guys believed we were going to win this football game, and we knew we were going to have to fight hard because we knew the Redskins knew what was on the line.
Do you think that you could be fired?
Pardon me?
Do you think that you could be fired this week?
Yeah,
you know, you're asking the wrong guy that question.
Here's a guy that just looks like he's tired of hearing about it. And the Cowboys crumbled at Tampa.
And Troy's tired of hearing about, hey, how about that Cowboy offense? Here's Brian Kelly for a touchdown. Warwick Dunn, though, 210 rushing, 250 for the Bucks.
And Corey Dillon had 216 for the Bengals.
He had another big day against a very weak defense, but they couldn't get it done. They lose their 9 straight on the road. That is Arizona.
Mike, should we read into that look we saw from Norv Turner? He looked like he was just shocked, like deer in the headlights look there.
The guy who should be fired is the guy who asked the question. I don't think that's a proper time to ask that question. It's right after the football game. The guy's going through a lot of different emotions. Hey, give him a chance. Ask the question on Monday.
What a crazy season. Redskins and Rams both might not even make the playoffs. The Colts, a disaster. We're going to send you back to their second half. Thanks for being with us.
CBS Sports presentation of the NASDAQ.com halftime report is sponsored by NASDAQ.com, the information source for the serious investor.
Lead at halftime, and Armin Katsayan is with Al Groh of the Jets. Armin.
Coach, as well as your team played in the first half, you also told us on Friday they had to play 60 minutes here today.
Yeah, well, number one, this is where the Colts have really come on strong in the last couple of weeks. They were down to Chicago. They were down to Green Bay. We understand that. We can't really be thinking about playing the Colts right now, Armin. We have to continue to try to play better and better ourselves and see if they can match that.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Greg?
All right, Armin. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms. There's so many things the Colts need to do here in the second half, Phil.
Yeah, well, there's tackle better. Jim Morris said it best. Tackle better, maybe create a turnover. You got to get some 3-and-outs. Just have the Jets come out, stop them in their first 3 plays, get the ball back, get some field position, and just see what happens.
The Colts will get the football to start the second half. Terrence Wilkins, Jerome Pathan are deep for the kick coming from John Hall. At the 5-yard line, it's Wilkins. 25. Hit by Gerald Soule at about the 28-yard line and driven back a couple of yards. 24-yard return, and look at the halftime numbers, which heavily favor the home team.
It's heavily favored. Craig, again, we said it earlier, 336 yards. They're on pace to like set a record in this game. That's almost 700 yards. The first half of the last time these teams met is the exact opposite. Look at it. The Colts had 241 total yards. They held the football for 19 minutes and 39 seconds. So the Jets reversed it.
And it was the Jets who had a furious second half comeback. Manning holding over the middle, wide open. That's complete to Pathan, number 86, and that's into New York territory to the 45-yard line in a first down.
Well, we saw that play in the first half. It was there. They missed the throw. There was a pass interference one time. Peyton Manning didn't see Marcus Pollard, but that's a really good start for the Colts offense.
Going without the huddle. The give is to James. James tries the right side and gets run out of bounds by number 55, Marvin Jones.
Now, we saw this scenario, the Colts against the Green Bay Packers, down 19-0 at halftime, and they really got the offense moving when the second half was going, and they used the no huddle, and Peyton Manning, you just let him throw enough, he's going to get hot.
7 carries, 17 yards. That represents a terrific effort by the Jet defense. Pass is complete to Dilger, and Dilger brought down at about the 32-yard line. And Mo Lewis all over the tight end. Pickup of 10, though, and that's another Colt first down.
Well, they're in this no huddle. They want to do it. One, they need scores. They got to change the game, and this is the easiest way to change the momentum of a game. Go to the no huddle offense. Do what makes your team feel good.
Far side, and Terrence Wilkins out of bounds at about the 22. So now the Colts just taking yardage in huge chunks.
I remember seeing the Colts in preseason. They were working their no huddle offense during the exhibition games, and it has served them very well during the season.
2nd and 1. James has the first down close to the 15-yard line.
You know, Greg, as I see this no huddle, there's Tom Moore, the offensive coordinator. Peyton Manning told us last night the big thing he likes about it, it just makes him feel good. It gives him rhythm. You know, it makes a quarterback confident when he gets in these no huddles because he knows he's going to have more than 1 or 2 opportunities to throw the football.
First down. Manning with all kinds of time, and then coming across the middle is Marvin Harrison, and he's corralled by number 21, Victor Green. No gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 10, and right away the Colts back to the line of scrimmage.
And signals to Marvin Harrison.
Manning throws over the middle, incomplete, intended for Dilger. Batted down at the 5-yard line by Mo Lewis.
Boy, that was a nice play by Mo Lewis. Tim Dilger is coming down the field, trying to shake him, makes a move. Mo Lewis, one of the best players on the Jets against the run. But to just show you how good he is, he can go down the field and cover tight ends. You're going to see to the left of your screen, Dilger had made a move. Now he's going up the field. Look at that. Mo Lewis get that left hand out in front to knock the pass down.
3rd and 10. Manning has a word to say to Adam Meadows, his right tackle, and now backs up. Throws inside the 5, popped up into the air, incomplete. Pass intended for Harrison, and he was double covered.
Well, he was, but Greg, there was 2 defenders there, but he is open. Watching, Marvin Harrison goes right at Ray Mickens. I like that because Ray Mickens doesn't know what to do. He backs up, the football's there, he doesn't come with the catch. Nick Ferguson's on the inside.
And Mike Vanderjagt comes on to attempt the field goal. This one will come from about 33 yards out. The place down, the kick is up, it is on the way, and it is good. 12:22 to play in the 3rd, and the Colts finally dent the scoreboard. They get 3. Manning wanted 6 plus the extra point. Going to tee it up for the kickoff. The Colts took just 2 minutes and 38 seconds to run 9 plays and go 56 yards.
You know, when the commercial came, I was like, wow, that was frantic. You know, the pace of the game changed, and that's what you do. When your game plan gives you no chance to win, you change it.
Dwight Stone from the 6. 20. to the 20. The 19-yard line before Tony Blevins made the stop. Monday on CBS, legendary superstar Tina Turner takes the stage in her last concert tour ever. Tina, one last time live, and that's Monday night here on CBS. I saw that concert tour a little earlier this year, Phil.
Did you like it?
Oh, you should have been with me. Had a good old time.
Well, I got to be invited before I can be with you.
True.
Yeah, you get all those special tickets. I know this. Tina Turner's got nicer legs than you, though. Go ahead, say something.
She shaves hers.
You mean you don't?
From the 24-yard line. A pitch to Curtis Martin, right side. Little running room, first down, yardage and more, up to the 35. 11-yard pickup before Billy Austin and Mike Peterson made the stop.
You know, so many times you look at the passing yards, you look at all the nice things and the pretty things you see in pro football, but the game is usually won by the team that out-hits the other team, and that play just illustrates the Jets. And look at Wayne Corbett on the outside against Cornelius Bennett, gets in his way. But that play, the Jets just more physical at the point of attack, another positive run, and that's why they're winning 20-3.
163 yards rushing for Curtis Martin today, represents his highest total with the New York Jets. This is his third season with the Jets. Testaverde to throw over the middle. Anthony Beck, the tight end, out to about the 43-yard line. And the Jets doing what they did in the first half, mixing it up a little here, a little that. And I believe a couple of weeks ago you referred to it as dinking and dunking them to death.
Well, today it's not dinking and dunking. They're going down the field. Watch Testaverde. The first read you see, he looked down the field. He knew his downfield route was covered, so he immediately looked for the tight end who was going to delay and come across the middle, and they pick up 9 yards or 8 yards.
Pretty good balance in the Jets offense from Dan Henning today. Martin, first down, close to midfield, out to the 49-yard line. Add 6 more to that total, gives him 169 on the day. And
I tell you, Curtis Martin, Greg, we talked about it. He got hurt a couple weeks ago. He played. He comes out and plays against the Chicago Bears. The field is bad. And we were out there Friday. I had somebody come up to me and say something to me in my ear. He goes, forget what Curtis Martin did last week with his stats. He didn't get very many yards rushing, but it meant so much to the team. It just defines us what we are. They say he's the most valuable player. He does it in a lot of different ways. But the main thing he does, he leads by example.
He's going to get the football again, and this one, he gets smacked down at the 46-yard line, and Chad Bratsky, who has made his share of plays on defense for the Colts here this evening, a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, Chad Bratsky played for the Giants a few years ago. Number 92, good job. Hits Fabini, throws the block away, and then goes in the backfield and makes the tackle. He has been playing hard today and really hustling, like you said, Greg, making those tackles.
So a 2nd and 12. The line of scrimmage, the Jets' 46-yard line. Give it to Richie Anderson, the first man through, and that'll pick up just about a yard. And once again, Chad Bratsky in on the stop.
Again, watch number 92 on the outside. Nobody blocks him. Now, Richie Anderson knows that. When you break it outside, you got to know the defensive end is not blocked, but his instinct said there's nothing inside. Let me jump it outside.
Jim Mora looking for a little ray of sunshine early here in the second half. His team marched to a field goal, and now he's looking for a defensive stop.
Well, he lost the field position, but he just wants to get it back to save time.
Testaverde throws far side, complete to Corbett, who's ridden out of bounds, just about 2 yards shy of a first down.
Well, that's a nice job. Watch this throw again. This is tough. On the run, off the wrong foot, just throws a bullet outside, and Jeff Burris is all over Wayne Corbett. Again, I know you've heard me say this, but that is a tough throw that Testaverde is complete there, and he makes it just look so easy. But a good tackle by Burris gets the football back for the Indianapolis Colts.
Terrence Wilkins deep for the kick from Tom Tupa. And now Tupa comes running up to the line of scrimmage. On 4th down. Plenty of time on the play clock.
Yeah, he's checking off to a play.
And now a penalty marker flies before there's a snap of the ball. And it's going to be against the Jets.
Greg, we've seen that from the Jets.
False start, illegal snap. Offense number 81. 5-yard penalty remains. 4th down.
Bradford Banta, who is the long snapper for the Jets.
You know, you always got to remember, I guess, when you get ready for the Jets, they can do this. Tom Tupa played quarterback at Ohio State and has played some here in the pros, so you got to be alert for him.
Time Tupa stays back. It's a horrible kick, and it's going to sail out of bounds at about the 40-yard line of the Indianapolis Colts. We thought maybe the Colts had lost the field position. They get it right back on the bad kick from Tupa.
Imagine a world where coffee breaks last.
2nd down and 16, so they were way back.
Jimmy Smith, it looks like he throws his arm out and just spears this football and sticks it with a, look at that. Fingers and just sticks it in the ball. It just sticks to his hand. I mean, that's, you know, that's a great receiver when you make plays like that. Just coming out, the ball was 3/4 of the way there before he even saw it.
Jimmy Smith on his way to a 5th straight 1,000-yard receiving year. 2nd down, Brunell up under center on a long yardage play. Quick drop, there's a throw, timing throw down the sideline, too much on it. As the Browns free safety, Ellsworth was coming over to lay waste to the receiver had he caught it. Incomplete to Jimmy Smith.
And one of the things about last year and this year, last year the record was 10-2, now it's 5-7, but look, they've actually had just about the same number of yards per game, but they've been about 2 field goals less per game. But this is the difference, the turnover ratio. They just haven't had enough opportunities to win games, and they've given their opponents too many chances to beat them.
Yeah, they lamented that 2 very close losses to the Ravens. They lost to Seattle here after a bye week. They thought surely they would win that game. Look at this throw and a breakup. Well done by the.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl. Visa, the preferred card of the NFL. Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be. And by Applebee's, as unique as the Southwest, as American as Applebee's.
Another good omen for the Indianapolis Colts early here in the 2nd half. Tom Tupa, a 5-yard punt when all is said and done. And the Colts with the ball at their own 43-yard line. Excellent field position. In fact, their best field position of the day. Manning lost the football. Jeff Saturday, the center, picks up the ball, and he is down at about the 36-yard line.
Well, Brian Cox, we said this early on Friday. He goes, there is just no way you can get to the quarterback. This time he comes, nobody picks him up. He hesitated, knocks the football out of Peyton Manning's hand.
Loss of 7, 2nd and 17. Manning throws, hits Marcus Pollard, his first catch of the day, and he spins and is down at the 46-yard line. Nick Ferguson in on the tackle for the Jets. 3rd and 7 after the 10-yard gain. And again, the Colts, who had success opening this half without the huddle, go again with the no huddle. Manning needs a Jet 47 for the first down. He has time. He throws, tipped, incomplete. Marcus Coleman, number 42, was there protecting against Terrence Wilkins.
Peyton Manning wanting to go down the field. Marvin Harrison is double covered. And nice play. Trying to throw it to Terrence Wilkins. Marcus Coleman turns just in time. That's a good thing he hit that football. If he lets that get by him, Terrence Wilkins is going to run a long way.
Dedrick Ward deep for the kick from Hunter Smith. This one's going to bounce. And did the Jets touch that football? The Colts say he did. Let's see what the officials say. There is extensive conversation going on down there. The officials say it's the Jets.
Well, Greg, let's look at it and see if we can see if anybody touched it. That was Nick Ferguson on the ground. Couldn't tell from that shot.
It'll be Jets football when we come back. 6:55 to play in the third.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Tahoe. Now offering a third row of seats that's light and easier to handle than anything else out there. It's nowhere near anything. The new Chevy Tahoe, like a rock.
Oh, hold on, screw it. Be my new friend Simon.
Digital camera. Could have bought it online for $369, $349, or $329.
$329? Where?
Log on to My Simon and compare the best prices from around the web.
Hey, cashmere sweater, $188. I know a place that sells it for $98.
You're kidding.
MySimon.com. People have a right to know.
Hey, flea collar, $4.99.
Presenting Dockers Recode.
You never know who's going to show up on the NFL Today. Sundays on CBS.
We've had a challenge by the Colts on that last play, and here's why, Phil.
Well, watch it. Number 25, Nick Ferguson. The football there. It hits his shoulder pad. Kicks it out to the side. Watch from this angle. Look to the right of your screen. The football hits him, and then he kicks it out this way. And look how far it comes out. The spin of the ball is different.
Well, if Jim Mora wins this one, it'll be something fairly new for him because he is 1 for 9 in challenges this year. And even he was a little surprised by that when we brought it up last night. Am I that bad?
Yeah, he was happy to hear that from you, Greg. You're the bearer of really good news.
So Phil Luckett is, and you know, this is really going to be interesting for Phil Luckett because it has to be enough evidence there that he can overturn the call that was made on the field.
Well, it looked like, just looking at the spin of the football and the direction it bounced, all of a sudden it kind of changed and went out to the side. That's why I think it was touched by Nick Ferguson. In live action, I thought, well, my first reaction was that was a funny bounce the football took.
I don't think he's going to overturn it, Phil. That's just my guess.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. The ball was not touched by the receiving team. Therefore, it is still New York's ball. First down. Indianapolis is charged a timeout. Timeout, Indianapolis.
Jim 1 for 10 Mora.
Did you think the football was touched?
Yeah, I did. But
yes.
Whether it was enough to have Phil Luckett change the decision on the field, then that's another thing.
Yeah, just watch the football this time. Watch the... Well, you heard me go quiet.
Yes. Far right side.
It hit him. It hit him. I'm positive it hit him. The spin of the ball is what determined it right there. We do that again. Let's show that replay one more time. Watch the spin of the football as it goes down. Here it goes. Watch as it comes up. Watch it when it comes up. Hits. There. You see the quick spin of the football?
I agree with you.
Okay, thank you.
And rest easy tonight. 6:55 to play in the third. Jets ball at their own 26-yard line, and Testaverde going to throw. Pulls it down. Now throws. Complete. Far side to Curtis Martin. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, there it is again. Greg, when you look at the Jets and how they create offense with so many formations and misdirection, what really made it successful this year is Curtis Martin and Richie Anderson catching the football, especially when they split out as wide receivers.
Phil, we have 2 running backs in this game who their coaches say they aren't just out there flanked outside for window dressing. They're out there to catch the football. And they both do it very well. 2nd and 2. This time Martin on the ground.
Whistle.
Bernard Whittington wraps him up. And we'll take the opportunity to remind you to log on to NFL.com and find out who's in, who's out, and who's on the playoff bubble. It's all at NFL.com. No gain on the play, and the Jets are looking at a 3rd and 2. We started out today telling you what a superb duel we expected between Edgerrin James and Curtis Martin. But look at what the 2 New York Jets have done in total yardage.
That is impressive. That just shows you, as the season's gone on, the Jets have gravitated more and more to making these guys a focal point of their offense.
Martin moves the pile and should have enough for the first down, judging from our view from here.
Well, that was big. Couple big sequences in this game. The Colts do not get anything out of the good field position they had. The punt not being overturned, that was huge for the Colts. That could have got them back in the game. And now the Jets just getting a first down. That 1 yard, that was big. 5 minutes to go. Let's see how much time it takes off the clock before the Colts get the football back.
On first down. That's Anderson in motion. Testaverde pulls it back, throws, incomplete. And Cornelius Bennett. Now, you talk about your crafty veterans.
Oh, that was some play by Cornelius Bennett to stay with him as he went up the field and went the opposite way where you thought he would have gone.
5 Pro Bowls, 5 Super Bowls in 13 seasons coming in. He's now over 1,300 career tackles.
Look at this. Cornelius Bennett just running, looks back, makes the play. Usually when there's a play fake like that, the running back would go across the field to the other sideline. The Jets change it up, but Cornelius Bennett has seen it, not fooled by the different play action.
2nd and 10. Quick screen, Dedrick Ward. Ward cuts it inside over the 40 out to the 43-yard line. Clock continues to move, coming up on 4.5 to play here in the third.
You know, I see quarterbacks all the time during the season, and we talk, and guys that have retired, and we always talk. And Greg, we always kind of laugh and talk about offenses we'd love to run as a quarterback. And the one that always comes up, you know, the San Francisco 49ers, people always talk about that offense. But this one here, what the Jets do, and the Denver Broncos, those 2 offenses, because they're so varied, they give the quarterback so many options that you have a tremendous chance at success.
3rd and 3. Testaverde can't get rid of it, goes down at the 35-yard line. Mark Thomas makes the stop.
Mark Thomas and Chad Brasky today have been really active. Mark Thomas at the top of your screen, just working hard, gets by Ryan Young. And that is not an easy chore to get a sack on Testaverde or to bring him down.
That's the 2nd sack today. So the Colts still not very successful getting any turnovers, but they do force the punt. Tupa.
Wow, he missed it again.
This one bounces to Wilkins. Wilkins breaks outside, trying to turn the corner, and he does. And out of bounds just across the 35-yard line. 38-yard kick and a 10-yard return, and we'll be right back.
Very well. 27-0 Jaguars.
He got it. Touchdown 49ers. Garner's 7th rushing touchdown of the season.
That was just a nice trap play by Ray Brown. The left guard for the 49ers. Watch Brown pull here and make the block, the trap block. He just buries the linebacker. There's a nice big hole there for Charlie Garner to run through. Nice push by Scott Gregg also and Dave Fiore. So they collapse one side of the line. Ray Brown traps the linebacker. And with Garner's acceleration, able to pop it in pretty easily. So even though Charlie Garner's yards per carry aren't tremendous today, he scored on the ground and Beasley scored on the ground.
Enterprise? You rented our car from Enterprise?
Yeah.
Why Enterprise?
Because they pick us up. Free.
A free pickup? Wow. They ought to be #1.
They are #1.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the United States Marine Corps. The change is forever. And by IBM, taking e-business and your business to the next level.
Along with Phil Simms, Armin Katayan, and our ace CBS Sports crew, Greg Gumbel here in the Meadowlands. Look at the playoff picture in the New York Jets and the Colts, what they are fighting for. Miami and Tennessee winners today, Oakland a loser, and Buffalo staying very much, or rather Pittsburgh staying very much alive with a huge win over the Raiders today.
Greg, we see teams every week, and I know as you saw that long list, every one of them thinks they can get in the playoffs and they can go to the Super Bowl win.
Manning over the middle has Marvin Harrison across the 45, and that's enough for a first down after an 11-yard pickup.
And as I say that, what is there to dispute that? Some of the teams with the worst records beat some of the best teams almost every week. So if you're in the playoff hunt, you know, you're optimistic.
Colts without the huddle. Manning over the middle, a little behind Terrence Wilkins, and that's one of the very few short passes. You know, we were talking during the timeout, Phil. He said, you know, Peyton Manning usually gets a lot of garbage yards.
Well, they used to, Greg. We've done a lot of games with the Colts the past 2 years. If you think back to last year, they threw some screens, he threw some short passes, and the players exploded for big plays. That has not happened near as much this year. When they make big plays, it's because Manning's thrown it 40 yards in the air. It's not the run after the catch.
2nd and 10. As his man close to a first down. Marvin Harrison pulling it in.
And you know, look, I said that to Peyton Manning last night, and what did he say? He went through the list of plays today. He picked out his 10 favorite, and he goes, every one is a bomb down the field.
On 3rd and 1, Edgerrin James first down and more as he bulls across the 40 down to the Jet 37-yard line. That's a first down on a 9-yard pickup.
Well, another good opportunity, and you're almost getting to the point where you got to score a touchdown to change the momentum of the game and make the Jets keep playing.
James, that time, got tied up behind Steve McKinney, the left guard.
And look at that, nice hustle. Edgerrin James and the offensive line kept working, and they got about 4 extra yards just because of willpower and staying after it.
Line of scrimmage, the 30-yard line. Manning, incomplete. Gilder, the intended receiver.
Well, you're just picking on the wrong guy. You know, don't pick on Mo Lewis. You know, switch the formation, go to the other side.
And now the Jet fans get up in arms on 3rd and 4. And another big play for Manning and the Indianapolis offense. a slant. That's complete to the 25. Jerome Pathan has a first down. So Manning standing back there now and picking and choosing from his receivers coming open.
Well, Greg, you're right. The opportunities are there. Jerome Pathan coming over the middle. Now they just got to get better at throwing and catching. I think the receivers are starting to get open.
Manning with time. Out of the backfield is James to the 20. Out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Marcus Coleman ran him out along with Aaron Glenn. That's an 8-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 2. And the clock is stopped with 1:15 to play in the third.
You know, I made a comment, you got to make the Jets keep playing. What I mean is, if the Colts score, now the Jets have got to come back out on offense, be aggressive, and that gives you a better chance to stop them quicker and create turnovers.
The fake to James, throwing for the end zone, touchdown.
Oh.
Marvin Harrison pulls it in, and Manning punches the air as the Colts get on the board for the first time today with a touchdown.
Well, he's happy, and it just gets some frustration out, but that play was sold. Marvin Harrison comes wide open because the offensive line and the play fake by Peyton Manning. Look where Victor Green is. He's so far behind. I thought it was going to be a running play, and I got a view of everybody. So what do you think the Jet defensive backs thought?
Harrison's 11th touchdown catch of the season, his 3rd in the last 2 games. Vanderjagt, extra point, is good. Touchdown pass number 27 is a new season high for Peyton Manning. It's 20-10.
Well, it's all gone right for the Jaguars on the way to their 6th win against 7 losses. Led to the 8-yard quarterback run for a touchdown, building the Jaguars lead to 34-0. Now the kickoff.
As Ken Baker, the side judge, makes the determination.
Uh, 25 or so offensive snaps in this game. We're still in the 3rd quarter. Here's an interception.
You have to see this CSI. It's all here on an all-new CBS Friday.
Boy, who better to jumpstart your offense than Marvin Harrison, who has been electric all season long. Although he's had a bit of a fall off the last couple of games, that's only by comparison to what he did, where he just burned up the league for the first 7 games of the season.
Yeah, I got news for you. You just can't catch 10 passes every single week, Marvin. You know, some weeks you're going to catch 5.
Danny Kite kicks it away. Dwight Stone from the 6. 25. Across the 30. Out to the 33, and let's go back to the touchdown pass.
Well, there's a couple things to watch. Watch the offensive line first, just how low they stay in the way they block, and then watch Victor Green. He's reading the offensive lineman. He says, okay, it's a run. He comes up, too late. Marvin Harrison now runs by the defense, and that's why he's wide open. And
Victor Green just pounds the field goal base in frustration.
It's just so hard for defensive backs. I said this earlier. You don't see these kind of play actions anytime during the whole year, and then when you finally see it, it's just hard to react to what they're doing.
Phil, the Colts ran off 9 plays in 2 minutes and 18 seconds. That's a play every 15 seconds. And Testaverde and the Jets come back with 5 wide receivers. That's Martin floating back. Testaverde over the middle, incomplete. intended for Wayne Corbett. Fans want a little push from behind from Jeff Burris.
Well, it's called incidental contact. That is not a penalty. Watch Jeff Burris. He's got Wayne Corbett. A really good job picking up the blitz. Testaverde looking down the field. And when your feet tangle, defensive back and wide receiver, that is not a penalty. Well, the Colts had everybody up inside, and the Jets just stopped every blitzer.
Testaverde's string of 6 consecutive completions broken. It's 2nd and 10. 5 wide again. Testaverde on the slant, complete to Dedrick Ward, out across the 40 to the 42-yard line, and appears to be enough for a first down. Mike Peterson, Tyrone Poole converge, but not soon enough to prevent the first down.
5 wide receivers. You said it, Greg. Everybody in the NFL tries to run his 5 wide receivers, and most teams stink at it. They shouldn't even try it. And the Jets, they're tremendous. Week in and week out, they just make it work. They got so many plays, and of course it helps to have a quarterback 6'5", big, and stand and look over the top and make all those tough short throws.
Testaverde has taken a walk to the far side of the field. He's going to let the clock expire here. That's the end of 3. The Jets 20, the Colts 10. We're back after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Success when that's the case.
That Bill Walsh back at the controls for the 49ers has done some nice things in the draft as of late.
Again, the play is blown down.
Interception. I think he was looking at the end zone, Steve, more than the ball.
Yeah, that was almost too easy for Renee Stewart. He just missed one a moment earlier. Now he missed 2 of them. A second one as this ball gets tipped, and really it's a lot more difficult to catch it because you're concentrating on the ball, and then it's changed just the minute. But oh my goodness, he was thinking touchdown, not catch.
Gardaki.
3 from Qualcomm Stadium. 27-10. 49ers with the lead. Fox NFL Sunday continues after this.
And the Browns special teams who've been
with its own patented powerful rechargeable pump that will inflate your portable chair in under 1 minute.
Yard return.
Now Jamie Martin comes into the game, and I guess with a 30
numbers, then this is the quarter for the Indianapolis Colts. They lead the league in scoring points in the 4th quarter.
Greg, you asked me during the commercial, will the Jets just try to work the clock and hand it off? Here's your answer. 5 wide receivers.
On first down. Testaverde throws. Incomplete, intended for Curtis Martin, and he had split the defenders and he was open.
It's amazing. It's just amazing how often they look for these backs on the sideline, and that time Curtis Martin open. Testaverde underthrows it about 1 yard.
2nd and 10.
No, but the Jets, they're not a team that, especially playing against the Indianapolis Colts, they're not going to try to protect. They're going to be aggressive here, try to score, put the game away.
5 wide receivers again. On slant over the middle. Corbett, and he's wrestled to the turf at about the 48-49-yard line.
Now see, you know why it makes sense to play 5 wide receivers and why the Jets are doing it. The Colts, the weakness of the defense is the pass defense. So when you spread it out with 5 wide receivers, well, your weakness just gets weaker. So it makes it harder for Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator. What do you do? What do you call? It's hard to be aggressive because you can't match up 5 on 5.
6-yard gain on the play, and Testaverde now looking at a 3rd and 4. Leads the 47.5-yard line of Indianapolis for a first down. Quick drop, quick pass, first down to Corbett. Corbett finds the opening. Testaverde finds Corbett.
Well, when you spread the field, watch Wayne Corbett on the inside. He knows he only has to get couple yards. Jeff Burris playing off. Good job. Jets offensive line picking up the blitz.
Al Groh told us Friday, both Vinny Testaverde and Peyton Manning, if you play zone against him,
you're going to lose. You're going to lose.
The Jets up over 400 total yards. Richie Anderson. And he's dragged down at about the 44-yard line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. Kevin Mawai on the play before this one. Watch the center.
There's number 68. Watch him.
Mr. All-Iron Aspiration.
Now, see, I don't know what's coming here, but I think I got an idea. Yeah, that's what I thought. When you're playing against the Jets offensive line, and especially Kevin Mawai, you just better play to the whistle, because that's how they've been taught, and that's how they do. And hey, look, that's why they've been successful. Their offensive line does a good job.
The pitch for Martin. Cuts inside of a block, inside the 35 to the 33-yard line, and that looks like another first down, and now late flags come in. And was that Kevin Mawai downfield?
Their favorite running play. Two things, 5 wide receivers. Everybody tries to copy that. They really can't do the job. Oh, it's against the Jets.
Personal foul against the Jets.
And this running play to the outside, again, you come to the right, you're going to see there comes the block. Richie Anderson coming from the wide receiver position, seals the defense. Kevin Mawai out in front. Look to the left side of your screen. Here comes 68. Oh, gets a nice shot in there.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 68. The foul occurred during the continuing action, 15 yards from the end of the run, and we repeat, 2nd down.
You know, we have to say, and we made reference to it in the first half about Kevin Mawai making overtures for the All-Iron team. He has been especially decent to the voting committee of the All-Iron team.
He's politicking, that's for sure.
Yes, he is.
But that was a big play there, Greg. The Jets are going down. You know, they're trying to, if they score, that's going to put the game almost away. That makes it at least 3 possessions for the Indianapolis Colts, and we only have 12:29 to go in the 4th quarter.
So now it's a 2nd and 14. The line of scrimmage, the Colt 47. Testaverde over the middle has his man, and that is complete to Windrell Hayes, who has had a pretty good day today. The rookie out of Southern Cal, the Jets' 5th-round pick. That's a 19-yard pickup.
Well, there's just nothing you can do. We've talked about it. Watch this throw down the middle of the field. It looks like the receiver is covered. Mike Peterson's underneath. Billy Austin's the defensive back.
That's Chad Pennington, number 3 quarterback for the Jets, cheerleading on the sideline. Hayes, 4 catches, 84 yards today. Martin caught in the backfield. Jason Belzer coming in for the trip up, and the loss of 2 on the play will make it 2nd and 12.
Well, Testaverde has been so sharp today. His decision making is, he's always a very quick decision maker. When he goes back, he gets rid of the football. If you were timing it, most of the time he gets rid of the football in about 2 seconds, 2-1, somewhere in there. So it makes the pass rush hard to get there, and then given time too, if the receiver has any window where he's open, he's accurate, has the arm strength, he can stick it in there.
Vinny 23 of 33 for 263 and 2 touchdowns. 2nd and 12. All kinds of time. Throws this side, intercepted. David Macklin, the rookie, cuts it back inside. He's still on his feet and now brought down at the 47-yard line.
What a play. What a play by Macklin. It looks like the receiver is going to be wide open. Testaverde lets it go, and then Macklin cuts underneath. Watch the blitz. Here comes the blitzers. Look at the protection. It's tremendous. And watch Wayne Corbett. He's going to fake to the inside. He breaks out. Macklin makes a U-turn. Comes underneath. Wow, that is
first turnover of the day for the Jets and what Jim Mora has been looking for.
Somebody made a play. That's what they needed. David Macklin made the play, gives the Colts a chance.
Return 36 yards, his second interception of the year. Manning back to work on offense. Pulls it down, and he goes down. Mo Lewis.
Well, you know, the Jets said we can't pressure Peyton Manning, but they have come with some different pressures today. Mo Lewis, here he comes. Oh, they just got nobody. Adam Meadows, number 73, or one of the linemen's got to look outside.
Manning throws, and that one's complete to Marcus Pollard, and he appears to have enough for a first down to the Jets' 43.
You know what? Now that was another good throw. No, I'm telling you, these are not easy throws. These quarterbacks are throwing out there. On the run, Manning throws it about 30 yards in the air for a strike.
Fakes to James, going to go downfield. Caught, touchdown, Terrence Wilkins.
I tell you, this league is something else. They have been getting dominated all day long. And look at the score, 20-17. Well, after they kicked the extra point. Peyton Manning, the Colts, nice play action fake. What it does, it just takes everybody out of the play except Marcus Coleman and Terrence Wilkins, and they finally make the big pass play to put them back in the game.
Wilkins' third touchdown catch of the season, and Vanderjagt will try to pull Indianapolis to within 3, and he does. 9:50 to play here in the fourth. Peyton Manning on the money to Terrence Wilkins, and it's a 3-point game at the Meadowlands.
They opened the...
They practiced hard, and they came in.
Verdi already making plans to make amends for the interception, which is his 19th, and he leads the league in interceptions. Terrence Wilkins on the sideline getting a little tape job on his right hand.
That's from pushing off. Yeah. But he got away with it.
Dwight Stone deep for the kick from Danny Kite. Stone from the 7. Return right. Trying to get outside. He's not going to be able to get there. He is run over at about the 19-yard line. Ratcliffe Thomas leading the charge, and Peyton Manning, much as he did against Green Bay and Chicago, catching fire here in the second half. We have a marker down on the field.
Offsides. You know, new rule change this year, Greg. I know a lot of people have heard this, but it used to be you could break the plane where the football was being kicked off from as long as your foot didn't hit the ground past the line of scrimmage.
Offside, kicking team number 47. 5-yard penalty, repeat the kick.
But this year, if you break that plane, that will be an offside penalty, and it makes sense. They want to get more returns, more excitement to the game, so they put in this rule, and it's helped, and it's being enforced too.
Well, there's a lot more excitement happening here as we line up for another kick. This is exciting. Look at him walk back.
Yeah, it is. You know, that's right.
So this time Kite will kick it from the 25-yard line. And the Jets figure to get some decent field position, certainly better than the 19-yard line.
More excitement gives them a better chance to return. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that.
Okay.
Here's Dwight Stone. He in his 14th season out of Middle Tennessee State. And you know, every time we talk to the Jets, it seems it comes up. They say he's still perhaps the fastest guy on the team.
Fastest guy on the team. Nobody wants to challenge him in a race. I know that.
8 seasons with Pittsburgh, 4 with Carolina, in his second with the New York Jets. The Jets were hoping Leon Johnson might be ready after knee surgery.
Well, we saw him in practice on Friday. Leon Johnson is not ready. The Jets re-signing this week, and he could handle the kickoff and punt returns for him. And boy, if he can return to form what he was a couple years ago, that is a big weapon for any team.
So Stone now just inside his own 10-yard line.
I feel the excitement. Here it comes.
Short kick. Bouncing, loose ball, and finally Tony Scott falls on it at about the 27-yard line. So after all that, the Jets have about an 8-yard gain, and Vinny Testaverde ready to go back onto the field. Welcome back. 9:32 to play as the Jets huddle up, and I go back to what Al Groh was talking about Friday, that both of these quarterbacks and both of these teams have old school offensive coordinators where they believe in protection of the quarterback first, protect the quarterback, and they'll get the job done for you.
Well, that's kind of been the case today. They've both been protected fairly well, not as good as they usually are.
Testaverde throws, nobody there.
That's why it's hard to sack Vinny Testaverde. Protection breaks down, he doesn't wait, gets rid of the football, and lives to do a little battle on the next down.
Testaverde walked all the way out to talk to Richie Anderson on his way back as you take a look at Testaverde under pressure today.
Well, we were told by both coaches, if either quarterback gets sacked twice, you got a story, but they've been sacked, but the protection overall has been good enough, and they have both thrown the football when given that time very well.
2nd and 10 with 5 wide receivers. Quick drop, quick pass, Trebek to about the 38-yard line.
See, that's why, that play alone is why the Jets can run this 5 wide receiver offense. Other teams can't. Mark Thomas is coming in unblocked. Testaverde still, because of his size and seeing so many repetitions over his career, can get rid of the football and get a positive play out of it.
And now the Jets look at a 3rd and 1. 3rd down conversion percentage has fallen off greatly since the early going. The pitch, Martin cuts it back, 1st down, spinning out to the 43-yard line and a 1st down. Jeff Burris made the trip up. Martin picks up 6 more yards, and it's a 1st down.
Well, the last time these two teams played, the Indianapolis Colts were the one on offense. They were running the football outside and making a lot of yardage. The Jets wanted to stop it. Today, the Jets going outside at will and tossing the football to Curtis Martin, and you can see he's doing damage once he gets it outside.
183 yards on the day, threatening Adrian Morrell's team record of 199 yards at Arizona in October of '96. On the blitz, pass out here, complete to Anderson, out of bounds, just across midfield and into Colt territory at the 49-yard line. Mike Peterson knocked him out after a 7-yard gain.
I'll tell you, the Colts, they are trying everything. I've seen about 5 or 6 different blitzes today, and it's none of them are working.
Well, they're trying desperately to get to Vinny Testaverde, and you and I comment all the time. You hear people say, well, if only you can hit the quarterback, it'll have an effect on him. And
yeah.
I love your reaction. You go, no kidding.
That's right. But it's, hey, Greg, that's a statement, but it's hard to do. And it's really hard to do when you play the Jets. He is just not going to stand there and let you hit it.
2nd and 3. Martin, left side. And not much there. Looks to be about a yard shy of a 1st down. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Well, it was interesting starting, getting ready for this game, and it's all we met with both teams, and you could just feel the tension that they were talking about getting ready for it because they knew what it meant to each of them. And
that's Dwight Hollier coming off the field, holding his left arm and hand. And Ratcliffe Thomas, number 55, goes onto the field to replace him. And here comes Jumbo Elliott.
Well, Jumbo had to take the cape off. Had to come in and play. Watch out. Put a safety deep. Jumbo might go out for another pass.
And now Testaverde has to call timeout as the play clock winds down. And now there's a penalty marker down on the field. So the penalty was for the expiration of the play clock, which not going to go because Phil Luckett says the Jets called timeout in time. 6:48 to play in regulation, and we'll be back.
Check it out.
The next generation Chrysler Town and Country.
You do that?
I thought you did. Let's get out of here.
With power sliding doors and liftgate with an obstacle detection system, Chrysler Town & Country is the best minivan ever. During the Chrysler Holiday Sale, get 4.9 financing on Town & Country LX or low lease rates.
You heard about Benny the Bison?
No, what?
He never checked out the risk and overall performance of those mutual funds he bought.
Well, Benny's no brain surgeon, right?
When we created a smarter kind of investment firm, we created a smarter kind of investor with tools like the Schwab Select List, which highlights historically high-performing mutual funds. Visit schwabwelcome.com to order a free copy of the Select List.
You don't do your homework, you end up looking ridiculous.
When two smart cyber titans from Ask Jeeves got Norelco Quadra actions from their girlfriends, we expected a smart response.
I'll have 5 o'clock shadow by noon.
But the girls insisted. Slots for longer hair and holes for stubble were definitely the way to go.
It's only been a few days, but I'm liking it.
They loved how easy it was to clean, and no one could escape their enthusiasm.
I love this thing, nice and smooth. Here, give it a feel.
The Quadra action has satisfied 99% of the guys who tried it. For more info, ask Jeeves. Norelco, put it to the test.
CBS Friday. Dr. Richard Kimball thought Atlantic City would be the perfect place to hide.
He's a bounty hunter. He wants to kill me.
But in a town full of mobsters,
There's a reward for my capture. 50,000.
he's about to run out of luck.
Let's go for a ride.
The Fugitive. All new episodes, CBS Friday.
6:48 to play in the fourth. As you look at how this game has progressed, we don't know what's going to happen from here on out. Colts have played a superb second half. The Jets were on fire in the first.
I'm not going to tell you that.
Okay. Richie Anderson in motion. The pitch to Martin. Following Randy Thomas. Cuts inside. Has a first down. About the 40-yard line of the Colts.
Boy, that takes patience by the runner. The Colts see the play. It's the same old pitch play. Here comes the block by Richie Anderson. Look at Randy Thomas, number 77. Oh, nice block. It's Blevins, number 26, but the play was made by Curtis Martin, just waiting. The Colts over pursued. He cuts it back and gets a big first down.
199 yards on the ground for the Jets today. Curtis Martin, 192 of them. Anderson just across the 40 to the 39-yard line. Bernard Holsey with the stop, and it'll be 2nd and 9.
I don't know what it looks like if you were watching this game at home today, but I'm sitting here and I have to go. It's 20-17. It's hard to believe because it seems like the Jets have been so dominant, and you know the Colts, they've missed a few opportunities when they have chances to make the plays and score, and it's hard to believe the Jets got to keep this ball maybe to the score, but maybe to win the game.
And we questioned Jim Mora closely last night because that was a very disappointing loss for the Colts a week ago to the Miami Dolphins. Play clock down to 3, 2, 1, and they get the snap off. Testaverde going to loft it. It is incomplete. Intended for Dedrick Ward. And David Macklin, who has been in the center of the fray.
I got to tell you something. Now, I've watched a lot of Colt games this year, almost all of them. David Macklin, 27, a draft pick from Penn State. This is why it's not a penalty. He turned, looked for the football. He is allowed to do that. But he was getting beat up early in the year, and he has kind of turned it around the last couple of weeks, starting to make plays, and that's what, hey, the Colts need just desperately. They need a cornerback who can go out there and not only cover a receiver, but make an interception like he did earlier.
Third-round draft pick out of Penn State. Made his 2nd interception of the year. Testaverde throws over the middle, incomplete. Windrell Hayes making the dive over the middle. And Tupa will come onto the field to kick it away.
That might be the first time all day I've seen Testaverde have somebody open and not make the throw that was almost perfect. He had the receiver, just let him too far. Being a little too careful. And sometimes you get very careful after you've thrown an interception.
Terrence Wilkins standing at his 10. Tupa will try to put this one down inside the 10-yard line. Up high, but pretty long, and it goes into the end zone and through. 39-yard punt, no return, 5:01 to play. The Jets clinging to the lead, 20-17.
When cold winds begin to blow and storm clouds start to grow.
With its legendary four-wheel drive capability, Jeep Grand Cherokee can go where no ordinary 4x4 can.
Raindrops finally freeze and
Well, it's Christmas time, everybody, but it's raining in my heart. Yes, it's Christmas time, everybody, but it's raining in my heart. Well, you know that I love you, baby. Tell me why must we be apart?
Running our own e-business suite, Oracle saved $1 billion in 1 year. How much will you save? Oracle. Software powers the internet.
Out of town? Out of touch? Out of cell range? You are now in Global Star range. Global Star, above and beyond cellular.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Blockbuster, bringing entertainment home. And by Heineken. It's all about the beer. Heineken.
Those of you expecting to see 60 Minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS in the game between the Indianapolis Colts and the New York Jets. Greg Gumbel along with Phil Simms and Armin Katayan. The Jets lead at 20-17, 5:01 to play here in the fourth quarter. 60 Minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately following this game, except on the West Coast. First down for Indianapolis from the 20-yard line. Manning from the shotgun. Loose football, bouncing around. The Jets say they have it. And they do. It looked like the snap from Jeff Saturday never got to Peyton Manning.
Well, I wonder if it fell out of his hand. Sometimes on natural turf. Let's see what happens. Oh, yes. It's cold. The grass, the footballs get hard. They get slick. And that's what happened. Jeff Saturday just caught it. His hand flipped off the football. And that's what caused the fumble.
Phil, on his way off the field, Peyton Manning had a word to say to every defensive player who passed him on the way out. The Jets ball at the 20-yard line, and the chance to put this one away. The pass out here, incomplete. Number 20, Jeff Burris, was in on Testaverde. What's at stake here? Well, the Miami Dolphins are 10-3, as is Tennessee, as is Oakland. Baltimore and Denver at 9-4. The Jets are looking to go to 9-4. A loss to the for the Colts would be just about a stake through the heart.
I think we had every team in the AFC listed up there. Everybody's in the playoff hunt.
Colts have Buffalo, Miami, and Minnesota left on their schedule. Martin runs into a brick wall at about the 18-yard line. Picks up 2, and it'll be 3rd and 8. Curtis Martin creeping up on the Jets team record held by Adrian Morrell. Martin with 194, Morrell's record 199 against the Arizona Cardinals in October of '96.
Well, what's more important, we have 3rd and 8. The New York Jets up by 3. A field goal puts them up by 6. I wouldn't feel safe if I was the Jets. Up by 6, Peyton Manning, 2 timeouts. Touchdown could win it for him. Here they come.
Testaverde pulls it down, now throws Komet inside the 5, to the 3, to the 2-yard line, 1st and goal.
The Jets, when they look back in this game, if they win it today, it's because they keep picking up the blitzers. Wayne Corbett came in motion. Look, the defender so far off of him. Testaverde sees the blitz, gets rid of the football before David Macklin can come up and defend a pass. And Jim Moore is very upset by it.
Corbett, 8 catches, 77 yards, and a touchdown. First and goal for the Jets. Martin, touchdown.
Well, what a way to get in this position. The New York Jets took advantage of the fumble, powered the football in.
196 on the night for Curtis Martin. John Hall's extra point attempt is good. 3:17 to play here in the fourth quarter. Curtis Martin has been all business today, and following terrific blocking up front, he bulls his way into the end zone.
Watch number 88, Anthony Becht. Nice kick out, nice seal. And then Kerry Jenkins, number 71, gets the kick out, and Curtis Martin goes into the end zone easily. And
How many times did Jim Mora tell us yesterday, if only his defense could make a play when they needed it most?
Well, you know, Greg, they made the plays. They gave this team a chance today. Macklin's interception gave them the touchdown. They stopped the Jets. They give the football back to their offense. Timeouts, over 4 minutes to go, and
the offense gives it back to the defense.
When Jim Mora thinks he's seen it all, well, he hasn't. The center losing control of the football on the snap, the fumble, and
so now it's a 27-17 game. Colts are down 10, 3:17 to play and 2 timeouts. Hall to kick to Terrence Wilkins and Jerome Pathan. From the 5, it's Pathan. Tripped up at the 20, forward to the 25-yard line. Dwayne Gordon with the tackle after a 19-yard return. We remind you, tonight...
Well, let's look at the snap that caused the difference in this game. You could see the football just get snapped out of Jeff Saturday's hand, and then the Jets take advantage of the turnover. Curtis Martin goes into the end zone almost untouched.
Manning from the shotgun. Over the middle, that's complete. Wilkins. Wilkins over the 35 to the 38-yard line. Clock is running, under 3 minutes to play. This one goes the other way, and it's batted at the line of scrimmage.
We got to say this, Greg. I thought the Colts adapted to the cold weather today. When they played a few weeks ago up in Green Bay, it was windy and it was snowy. And Jim Morris said besides Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, Edgerrin James, none of the players came out and warmed up before the game to really get loose before you come out and stretch. Today, it was cold. We saw a lot of the players out here trying to get used to the cold weather, so it wouldn't be a factor, but it was on that snap.
Wilkins on the far side is out of bounds short of the first down. He's out at the 45-yard line, and it'll be 3rd and 4.
And it just goes, you know, you talk about, we showed that graphic of all the teams that are still in the playoff hunt. The Indianapolis Colts, they're not playing a lot different from where they were last year, but that snap, not making a touchdown throw and catch when the opportunity's there, just a couple plays has made the difference in their season.
Here come the Jets on a blitz. Manning gets rid of it, complete to Wilkins, and Wilkins has a first down into Jets territory to the 44-yard line. Clock continues to move. 2:25 to play. Pass over the middle at the 35-yard line is incomplete. Marcus Pollard, the intended receiver, and that stops the clock at 2:09.
That was a good play by Victor Green, getting his hand in there. But I was going to say, after that last completion by Peyton Manning, it's so evident when you protect quarterbacks now, especially good ones, you give them protection, they're going to throw it down the field and complete the pass. The receivers have gotten so good. The quarterbacks are so accurate. When they have a clean line of sight, nobody around them, they're going to throw and catch it.
Manning 275 yards today. Testaverde 295. Jets showing blitz up front, and now they back off, and here they come. Manning intercepted. Nick Ferguson out of bounds, just short of midfield. The first-year man from Georgia Tech with his first interception at the tail end of a terrific football game on his part today.
Peyton Manning again, one free guy back in the middle. He knows it. Let me tell you what, if this game was tied, he would have never thrown this football, but he knows he's 10 points down. You got to take a chance. You got to be aggressive. And that's why he sticks it in there. But Nick Ferguson just drifted across the field, watched Peyton Manning, and made the interception. Well, the Jets have talked about the safeties, how they've been a sore spot on the football team. Chris Hayes, Nick Ferguson, Victor Green, they have played very well the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Curtis Martin in the backfield, standing on 196 yards. Gets the handoff, right side, out to midfield. And a 4-yard pickup gives him 200 on the day. 2 minutes to play.
This is Mike Hill.
So the Jaguars with the win today will go to 6-7 on the year, and in very good position to win out the rest of the way and go to 9-7. But it would look you'd need at least 10 wins at this point, it would seem, in the AFC to make the playoffs.
Online customer. Consumers who never change their minds and choose.
The 49ers, they will win their 3rd consecutive game. Niners host the Saints next week. Jerry Rice, 2 touchdown receptions from Jeff Garcia. The Chargers will drop to 1-12. They visit Baltimore next Sunday. 1:55 remaining. Leaf on first down, nearly picked off again. This time Ahmed Plummer.
I got a dead body, a crime scene with wings. Something very wrong happened on this plane.
This is the episode of CSI.
I got 8 eyewitnesses.
They're hiding something.
Then it's time to play hide and seek.
You have to see. Mommy! All new CSI, CBS Friday.
Once we wind down here at the Meadowlands tonight on CBS, a police officer who blew his career by blowing the whistle on dishonest cops on 60 Minutes, then an all-new Touched by an Angel, and then the CBS Sunday movie Papa's Angels. It's all here. Don't miss it tonight on CBS. Curtis Martin, a new Jets rushing record, 200 yards. Add to that 4 catches for 9 yards, 209 total yards. Say he's come out and done his job tonight.
I'd sleep well.
You sleep well anyway. Yes.
Especially if I ran for 200 yards.
Martin. And timeout is called by the Colts to stop the clock at 1:53. Mike Peterson, Ratcliffe Thomas stop Curtis Martin for no gain, and it's 3rd and 6. Colts are now down to 1 timeout.
Let's go back and take a look at the interception Peyton Manning just threw. He knows there's a blitz. Again, I tell you, these teams, they can protect their quarterbacks. A lot of time, he's looking for the big play down the field. He tries to stick it in there, but for the second time today, the free safety, the guy that's free, he can do whatever he wants. What they should do and what they have done, look at the quarterback and drift to where he's looking, and that's caused the 2 interceptions by Peyton Manning.
You know, not so long ago, the play of his safeties was a concern for Al Crow.
Yeah, I kind of said that, Greg, and it has picked up. And Chris Hayes, number 30, when he came to the lineup, really an active player. He's kind of changed around. And Nick Ferguson, they picked him up a few weeks ago, and he's played well since he's been here, especially today.
3rd and 6. Martin, left side, cuts it back to about the 46-yard line, and the Colts burn their final timeout after a 3-yard gain. Martin is at 2:03. And the Colts can't stop the clock anymore.
Well, you look at this Colts team, you see Jim Mora. You know, when I look at Jim Mora, we had a chance to talk to him. He's always gives us good information and tells us a lot about the team. And, you know, there's a myth. And I don't know how it was in New Orleans because I wasn't doing this job when he was coaching down there. But if you think, if people say he can't win the big one, he's too conservative. When you watch Indianapolis Colts, they're anything but conservative on either side of the football. He's willing to take chances. Both, you know, the X and O's, the design of the plays on offense and defense, they're progressive. They try to make plays, and, you know, just.
And he also acknowledges, you know, they're working under the burden of that 13-3 record last year. You go 13-3, and then people begin to wonder, well, we can do that every year.
Well, he made a good comment. He said there's a quote by Weeb Eubank, the ex-Jet coach.
Don't win too much unless you can win it all.
Yeah, don't win it. Well, that's right. Don't win too many games unless you can win it all.
Cooper's punt rolls down to a stop at the 9-yard line, a 37-yard kick. Let's go back to that AFC playoff picture, and we will assume a victory here for the New York Jets, and that pulls them to 9-4 along with Denver and Baltimore. Indianapolis on the outside looking in, as is Buffalo, as is Pittsburgh.
So, yeah, there you go. Read the top graphic. 6 will make it. Here's 6. So one of these would have to drop out. One of those would have to come up. Now, Indianapolis, if they go to 7 and 6, it still would not eliminate them. It just makes it, well, it just makes it awfully tough.
Indianapolis will be home to Buffalo, at Miami, and close out the season at home to Minnesota. Manning from the shotgun, pump fakes, throws, sideline, in and out of the hands of Terrence Wilkins, and that should have been a completion.
Nice throw. I got to tell you, since his rookie year, Manning, watching him throw the football to last year, even to this year, more power, can drive the football down the field with ease. And it just becomes, of course, you become more dangerous. The stronger your arm is in this league, the better chance you have of making big plays down the field.
Colts looking at their 3rd straight loss. Over the middle, complete to Terrence Wilkins, slapped down by Nick Ferguson. You think maybe he's in line for a game ball tonight?
Well, you know what's happening? All the Jet fans are sitting home today going, who's Nick Ferguson? Where did he come from? I promise you, 90% of them never heard his name before.
Peyton, incomplete. Ray Mickens going for the interception. Broke it up.
Well, you know, we're coming into this game today. We told you we felt the tension from each team, knowing how important it was. Just think about it in these terms. These guys all started back in March, lifting weights and running. They go through a summer of practices, exhibition games this whole year. Those thoughts are in your mind as you play in a game like this today. You do not want it to end because you know how much work is involved.
4th and 7, the pass outside, complete to Marvin Harrison, enough for a first down, and he's out of bounds. We have 60 seconds to play.
You know, I used to, Greg, I'm sorry, I used to do it as a player. I'd go, wow, I've been working at this for like 7 or 8 months, and when you feel that it's finally going to end, it's a really sad moment for you.
And you know, every one of these Colts felt that this was going to be like a playoff game, but Brian Cox said our playoff started 2 weeks ago at Miami. Down the sideline, complete to Wilkins, out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Scott Frost knocked him out of bounds. Colts are out of timeouts. And Curtis Martin on the sideline, yeah, he may be in line for a game ball as well.
Well, when you get 200 yards rushing in the National Football League, that's extraordinary. You know, the barometers, if you get 100, you've had a special day. 200, you should win the game easily.
Manning, incomplete.
There's Brian Cox.
I remember we all laughed when we're talking about Brian Cox and going after Peyton Manning and how well that offensive line protects Manning. And you said, well, what about getting to Peyton Manning? And Brian Cox said, ain't gonna happen.
Ain't gonna happen. That's right. You know, he was so funny about it, and I just go, yeah, you're right. But the Jets have been creative today. They have pressured Peyton Manning about 6 or 7 times, and that, you know, those pressures could have been the difference in the game.
Over the middle, that's complete. Jerome Pathan, and Pathan over midfield into Jets territory, and the clock continues to move. And Manning kills the clock with 34 seconds to play. So it's 4th and 1 with 34 seconds to play. Manning going to give it to James. First down yardage and more inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line. And we welcome those of you who have been watching the game between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Jacksonville having a pretty easy time of it against the Browns. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Kasayan at the Meadowlands, where a hard-fought battle is going to come out in favor of the New York Jets, thanks in large part to Curtis Martin, who has rushed for a team record 203 yards today. He has been the workhorse of the backfield.
He has, and you think, well, it must have been a lopsided game. It kind of was. It was 20-17. The Colts have a chance to take the ball and go for the score to go ahead. They fumble the snap and the shotgun. The center loses control, and Jets take it in for a score.
That's what Peyton Manning has done today. Vinny Testaverde has thrown a couple of touchdown passes today as the Jets, notoriously slow starters this year, got off to the quick start here today. A look at Vinny Testaverde. We remind you, next Sunday, the NFL on CBS runs out regional action. Armin, Phil, and I will bring you Cordell Stewart and the Steelers against Kerry Collins and the New York Giants, while the Patriots take on the Bears, where Mike Holmgren's Seahawks battle the Broncos. We ask you to check your local listings, beginning with the NFL Today, where Mike Ditka gets together with one of his heroes of his Super Bowl championship team, the Fridge, William the Refrigerator Perry. We remind you 60 minutes is to follow once we wind things down here.
Here's what I would do if I was the Colts. You're down 10 points, you need 2 scores. I would try to pick up 6, 7, 8 yards, and I'd kick a field goal immediately.
Manning throws, far side, the dive, incomplete. Ike Jones.
You know, Greg, what I wanted to say, if he could complete that, he got out of bounds, I would have kicked the field goal. That'll give you time to onside kick it. In case you recovered, then you could throw it in the end zone. That's the only way you can win. I might send him in right now to try to kick it.
What if you threw it into the end zone then, and then onside kicked it and kicked the field goal?
You can do that too.
I'm going to coach one day.
No, you're not.
3rd and 10.
Your chances are better of making the field goal. That's why you do that first.
Edgerrin James inside the 20, and the clock continues to move, and they won't get another snap off before time expires. A real blow to the Indianapolis Colts, a big win for the Jets. Once again, our final score, the Jets 27 and the Colts 17. Coming up next on CBS, except in the Pacific time zone. Stay tuned for 60 minutes, followed by Touched by an